Hello and welcome to episode 89 of the DaebakCast. This is a weekly podcast where the three of us come together each week to talk about K-pop and whatever's current in the industry. Today, me and Andrew are in the same room because I drove down here to where he lives, which is near New York City, to see Hyukoh in New York City last night. But it would have been like
2 days.
Yeah, so on Friday, September 21st. Anyways, man, it was amazing. So, basically, we have some album reviews this week. We just recorded one with Umu, which you'll get that on Thursday and Friday. We're just gonna put that out last, and then we also have Uju Sonia, Got7, and UNI.T.
Yep.
And anyways, as always, I'm joined by Nate.
What?
Is that really of all the English lyrics you were gonna pick? Oh my god, you Dreamcatcher stan.
Oof. And also, as always, I'm joined by Andrew, who usually has three things.
As Jacob said, number one, Hyukoh was incredible last night. So was the opening act, right?
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah, we love Dinner Wave, and they have a song called Oof. So Oof has just been inserted into our vocabulary more than usual.
I already say it a lot.
I mean, yeah, I say it a lot normally, but just more than usual now. There's a song. So obviously Hyukoh was insane. I don't know,
literally insane. Like he went crazy on stage.
Yeah, he went crazy.
Yeah, basically. No, he's insane because his shoes. I swear to God, they were like sneaker cowboy boots. I don't understand.
People in the crowd kept saying, "I love your shoes," and he kept going, "Thank you."
Yeah, he's super quiet and barely talks on the mic, even when people yell stuff at him. But yeah, it's an amazing concert. I know you've been waiting for that to see them for years.
Yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, because when they first came out with Gondry, when I first saw that was when I first got into Hyukoh. So
yeah,
it's been a long time coming.
Yeah, they performed Gondry and the rest of the very 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 good variety. It's not just all off of 24, which we reviewed earlier in the year.
Yep.
It was a very set list, so I did enjoy that. Number two, we just got back from Six Flags. So that was awesome because it's the first time I've been to Six Flags in God knows how many years. We rode all the great rides at Great Adventure like King Ka, El Toro. We went on Nitro. Yeah, Nitro was probably the best one.
Yep, that's my favorite.
Yeah, we bought hold on. Actually, I'll just put up on, or just go, if you look at our Twitter, I bought the ride photo and we're just doing this, and Jacob's hair is just everywhere because it's,
and my chin is like this.
Yeah,
I'm being pushed back.
Yeah, he's just being pushed into the seat. It's so funny. But yeah, I mean, I live pretty close to Great Adventure, so it's just been in my backyard all this time. But it's been ever since I started college. I just stopped going. But yeah, I really enjoyed it. That's definitely that's on our that's next on our list for famous YouTuber hangouts. We all have to go to Six Flags, except we'll be hanging out with other famous YouTubers and not us.
We won't be there.
We won't be the famous ones. And number three, if you've sort of been watching us for any stretch of time over the past year, you kind of may have noticed that literally I just kept wearing a hat for the past couple of months, for the past 4 or 5 months. That's because my barber, I didn't have a chance to get a haircut, and apparently my barber was construction or something, so with no other resort, I actually I got in contact with an old friend of mine, and we caught up and he cut my hair and everything, so it turned out really great. So I just want to give a shout out to my friend Joseph, who works at the Wolves Den Barber Shop in Westfield, New Jersey. So yeah, I won't have to wear a hat again or anymore. I can wear a hat again. I'm not
a little bit.
No, because even at work I had to wear a hat because I'm this shit is ugly. So okay, and those were my three things.
Yes. So without further ado, we can get into.
Oh wait, who are you?
I'm Jacob. # no blow note.
# no blow note.
Yep, I found it, but still no blow note because I didn't bring it with me to Andrew's house. So yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyways, without further ado, we can go into the first review, which is WJSN's "Would You Please."
Woo!
Woo!
All right, since I'm the biggest fan.
Wuju Sonyo.
Is that the chant?
I will
Wuju
fight
Sonyo?
you on that.
Hey, no. You get all the other groups.
Fight
Just
you on
let me
that.
have Wuju Sonyo. Come on.
Let's have a K-pop
Yeah.
Star Wars parody where the lightsabers are light sticks.
No. Okay, so this is Wuju Sonyo, and I believe this is their fourth, or I've lost track of how many.
Their
Fifth? I don't know.
fifth.
17th.
I think they're fifth or
Yeah,
sixth.
yeah. It's a mini album called WJ Plays or Would You Please. So, yep. And also just sort of I guess context behind this music video
It's their
or
fifth. Plus they have full length.
context behind this release. Due to contractual obligations / nonsense, the Chinese members of Wuju Sonyo are officially not participating in this, so just take that into account.
Wuju
No
Sonyo.
Choncho.
Boo, Wuju Sonyo.
Wuju Sonyo.
So, all right,
Sonyo.
we can get into the review. The first track is called "Save Me, Save You." Okay, so, all right, I guess Nate kind of ruined my expectations when I heard this track. Cause he was like, oh my, or going into this track, cause he was just like, oh my god, this is the best Wuju Sonyo song ever.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
that
okay,
means that you're wrong.
yeah, no, it isn't the best Wuju Sonyo song ever, but I still do enjoy it. I still really enjoy it. It's an interesting evolution of their sound, because, I mean, it's interesting that to see that they're making the choice to sort of like progress their sound further than they did before, because like Dreams Come True might be one of their most popular songs as of late, and it did really well in Korea, so I'm kind of surprised that they sort of decided to make a song like this instead. So yeah, it's a very interesting sort of like approach to it. Like I'd say if it were to remind me of anything, it kind of reminds me less of like a Wuju Sonyo song, and maybe it takes a step a bit towards like how G-Friend sort of went for a darker sound.
Fingertip.
Yeah, with like fingertip,
Moonlight.
but like with Time for the Moonlight. Like yeah, again, it's just interesting to see all these groups that have been around for a while sort of make that evolutionary step. Also, again, despite the Chinese line not being here, it's very interesting to see how they sort of how they compensated for that, and it is a net positive in this case. Basically, like the biggest sin of a lot of Wuju Sonyo songs is that the chorus is just like 90% Yeonjung. But in this case, it actually isn't. They do a very good job of sort of spreading the lines around more than they normally would. I guess just because they're down 3 members. So
Yeah, but then Cooper will still yell at you because Daewon still got no lines.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry, Daewon, but yeah, I mean, I did enjoy it. I did have sort of my gripes at the beginning a bit, but I do still enjoy the song. It probably won't knock off something like Secret in terms of like best Wuju Sonyo songs. Just because I guess like Dreams Come True. There's also another one of my favorites, but I know I just say like maybe just like visually or just like with the music video or with the choreography, it just didn't catch me as much or interest me as much as those older songs did. But
Is that a pun?
Huh?
Catch me.
Huh?
Catch me?
Yeah. It didn't. It
Got
didn't.
'em.
It just didn't like hit the same level of quality, but it's still good. It's still good considering how like last minute all of the sort of like member lineup nonsense has been happening. Because because they did reveal they said that basically the Chinese members are actually singing on this
not
song.
in this song.
Oh, not in
No,
this song.
that's
Oh, I thought
wrong.
it was. Oh.
I thought so too, but I looked it up. They're in they're only in the last 2 songs on the album.
Okay. But I mean, my point
They're
was
not
that, my point being that
Yeah,
they were
are
probably
around.
like all of the members were probably preparing for this for like months now, and then for them to be just suddenly like taken away like this, like at the very last second, it could have gone like much worse than it did. So I do applaud them for being able to salvage a mess of a situation and still being able to put out a really good song. Jacob.
So for me, I've never really been super smitten by WJSN, so I don't really listen to them all that much. Like, I thought Dreams Come True was decent, so I thought this was a little bit better than Dreams Come True for me. Basically, it's better than all their songs that aren't Happy, because I like Happy because it's literally just a Twice song. Because it's Black Eyed Peas song. But yeah, this one was decent. It's, again, like, not my favorite thing, but I thought it was good for a WJSN song, so yeah.
Nate?
Okay, now let me tell you why everyone's wrong. And this
What? I like the song.
No, I know.
How am I wrong?
No, yeah. Like Andrew said, I 100% think this is my favorite WJSN song. I think it's like a darker evolution of like their signature sound, which I thought like Dreams Come True. They had Dreams Come True, which is like a little bit different than their signature sound, but still fit in that. And this is like a darker version. I'd
say it's probably more of a return to that, because again, with Happy and like Kiss Me, they went so far away from it.
Yeah. They returned to their signature sound. They changed it up a tiny bit. But this is changing it up more, and it's just like a darker version, like you said, of that stuff, which I thought was great. I like their signature style, but it was starting to wear thin for me.
Yeah, definitely.
And this is like literally everything I wanted. I also think this is their best music video. I think it's their best styling. I think it's their best choreo. Like I think literally everything about the song is my favorite out of their releases. All three outfit styles in the music video are great.
I mean, I love the outfits,
they
especially
all
like
contrast really well.
Like the school one is, or like the like
exactly.
I don't understand the music video, because like they're in school at 1 second, and then they're just
it's
like
the magical school. Like
it's like it's like Harry Potter might be a theme in like between this album and then the next album. We'll get there, but
But yeah, so like all three outfit styles with like the plaid school outfits, the colorful dresses, and the black and white outfits are just, they like contrast really well, but they all look amazing. I really like the hand choreography. Like I think it's really memorable and like elegant looking. So yeah, and then the MV still has that like signature Ujusonyo style that they have, with the like crazy color.
Yeah, basically,
coloring and
it's a
oversaturation.
Yeah, it's a Ujusonyo music video if like the background's just like all CG and it's just like pastel colors and shit. Like you don't know what's going on basically.
But no, yeah, I literally think everything about this is my favorite. There was nothing like literally the only negative thing I have is the fact that the Chinese members weren't in it, but that's not really like anyone's fault other than Yehua's. So,
that's their mess.
There's basically a custody battle going on the sea line between Yehua and Tencent.
Honestly, what do they expect to do with those Chinese members? Like,
I don't know.
What?
I mean, or like did Dweha like sort of expect
that?
Like what did they expect them to like be in their own group? Did they expect them to like
this is because of Rocket Girls.
But right, I mean, but how does that explain Cheng Shao like not being?
Because I think Rocket Girls is ginormous, and so they have other trainees. So they're just
like Rocket Girls, like I can understand if it was
Chinese
just
girl group with
I can understand if it's purely about Rocket Girls, but it just seems like they're kind of souring to the idea of co-managing, because again, like we've been watching a lot of produce again, and this year and the previous year, Weha sent their own trainees separate to Starship, so it's become very apparent that they want to get their own like sort of base established in Korea, but at this point,
I don't think it's in like, I think they're just gonna have a Chinese girl group, because there was there was like 8 trainees on Produce.
Oh, that's true. But
they had a whole girl group's worth of trainees, and then
they're gonna hold all
popular.
Yeah, they're gonna hold all of them hostage and then just add Chung Shao. So I hope not. So, I mean, that's for another day, but I'd say.
But no,
like just to close it out, like I think the only reason why I didn't like the choreography as much is because the choreography during the chorus just reminds me too much of Banana Allergy Monkey. Like it's that same type of choreography. Like if you really think about it, and I'm just like, oh, like I like Banana Allergy Monkey, but I thought the choreography was really weird, so that just kind of put me off. Next, we have you. So we get you, and what?
Look out for my English lyrics for next episode.
If this was like a normal release cycle, I would totally expect this song to be the single, because it sounds like it would, like this song sounds like it could have been a single for them. Maybe that's why I actually might like it more than Save Me Save You, just because the chorus of this song is so good. I believe both of these were written by Full Bloom.
Yeah.
Yeah. So again, Full Bloom has just been on a roll this entire year, just with everything that they've been producing, like between this and I think they did some stuff for Got7, and obviously with Produce 48. Like they're really just like sort of like cementing themselves as a go-to producer group in K-pop. So obviously, yeah, it's a perfect recipe. Like one of my favorite IOI branch group with one of my favorite producers of the year. So yeah, I mean, again, maybe it's more because of it's a return to more of the traditional Wuju Sonyo sound, which I never got like soured of yet. So again, I just really, I don't know. To some people, I know it can sound like standardish a bit, and I know that's why Jacob doesn't like it as much. But I don't know, there's just something about like Wuju Sonyo's delivery and the style of music that they do. Maybe it's because it's more like chiptunesy and Japanese style almost. Maybe that's why I like it. So yeah, it might not be a popular opinion, but yeah, this might be my favorite song on the entire one. Jacob?
All right, so for me, again, I wasn't totally blown away with this one. It seems kind of just like more of the same of what we've got that I've never been blown away with. And I don't know what it is. Like I feel like maybe it's their vocals, like nobody's voice specifically stands out to me, I guess. And it kind of just blends in with everybody else's, and maybe it's that. I'm not really sure.
It's really hard to distinguish XC's voice.
I know, it's so easy.
Yeah, but I'm talking more about the vocals, not the rap.
Yeah, I'd say the vocals, because like outside of like maybe like Yeonjung, it's kind of hard to tell who everyone else is. Honestly, for me, and I mean, like despite them being my favorite, it's so being a 13-member group, it's hard to like pick out individual vocals. So I don't blame you for that, honestly.
Yeah, I can probably only pick out like half of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, so basically, the song was okay, but like again, it didn't really blow me away that much.
Yeah, for me, I agree with Andrew that like this is closer to their like original sound, their signature sound, but I still think this is even like taking it. This is kind of like an evolution in a different direction, because it's much more electronica than
which is. That's totally, I'm okay with that, honestly.
Same. I thought the song was like just as good. I was really surprised with how good the song was, considering how much I liked Save Me Save You. But like there's so much going on with the instrumentals, and like all of it is so good. Like it's actually, the synth style reminds me of like older style girl group Innocent songs, like Soshi and stuff.
Maybe that's why we're sort of like,
but then
into
the
it.
Vocals layered on it are still like Uju Sonyo style vocals.
Yeah, definitely.
So like it's kind of a cool mix, I thought. I thought this was a perfect choice for their promotional B-side.
Mm-hmm. And yeah, definitely the going off with those synths, like the synths again, they're very echoey and very spacey, so again it fits into like their whole Cosmic Girls theme again. I'd say they're one of the best of the like IOI branch groups that's sort of like having like an identifiable sort of thing. It's like Uju Sonyo does weird space shit. Like that's how you know it's a Uju Sonyo song.
Yeah. Wiki Miki does Girl Crush.
Yeah, basically. So,
and apparently, hopefully, punk.
Hopefully, punk. We'll get to that soon. Next, we have Aya. I don't know, because it's weird because they say Aya, but it's spelled
it's
I. Yeah, it's I, but in Korean they pronounce it'd be E, right? So or I don't know, something like that. Anyway,
it's probably Aya.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, it would be 2 syllables. It is actually yeah. I'm looking at the
Oh, like
Korean
I
right
like
now.
ai and like okay.
Yeah. It's yeah.
That makes sense. So again, going back to what I was saying before with Save Me, Save You, where I thought they were taking a step in the same direction that G-Friend did. This sounds straight up like they took a play out of G-Friend's playbook in this, and just sort of the way it uses the strings, almost G-Friend-esque in that sort of manner, and especially during the chorus, just like how they do the vocals again, just reminded me of them in the best way, in what I actually like about G-Friend, despite all of my problems with their music a lot. So, and yeah, it's just super catchy. That's probably like a big reason as to why I love G-Friend songs. It's just like, again, there may not be too much musical complexity to their to most of their catalog. It's just super catchy when it comes to these choruses.
Yeah, this one was one that I actually did like off the album. Like Andrew said, it was more like a G-Friend style song, which I always enjoy. Yeah, like the chorus, yeah, that part can get stuck in your head and stuff like that. The rap in like towards the end was pretty good. So yeah.
I was wondering if Jacob was gonna pick this up because I knew Andrew wouldn't. But okay,
means
this
it's
is
a child.
no,
It's a child.
no,
I'm a child.
no.
Oh, no,
This is
I
literally.
doubt that's what they're singing about, Jacob.
No. This is literally whoever made this song straight up like it. This is Infinite's back. Like it starts out, it's slow, a piano, and then it drops into like an EDM song. And the drop,
that is why I like it. You're right. Hold on,
the instrumental drop sounds exactly like Beck. Like it's even like the note structure is like very, very similar. It's straight up like I don't want to say they plagiarized it, but this is totally Infinite's back.
Maybe I should listen. I need to listen to more Infinite because you keep referring to.
Oh no, you would love Infinite.
Yeah, because you keep referring to
right
me
up your style.
Yeah, you keep referring to me all these like songs that I would like. It's just like I never get around to.
But no, similar actually.
This is an Infinite happier. Like. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a girl group version of Infinite's Pack, which that's my favorite Infinite song. So I obviously loved this song.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised it's like there's. I thought we were in agreement that the Chaser was like the best.
Because the beginning, like just the whole fact that like for 30 seconds it's a piano ballad, and then it just drops into this hype EDM song out of nowhere, and I love it so much. But yeah, so that like. Cooper mentioned it too in Discord, and I heard it. And like when he mentioned it, I instantly went to listen to the song. Like I didn't even like wait to go through the album. I was like, I need to hear this song.
And he was right.
And he was 100% right. But I think this song mixes their vocals and instrumentals really well. Also, this is probably one of XC's best raps. They even gave her 2 verses.
I agree.
Yeah,
awesome.
You can never have too much XC, honestly.
Yeah, usually she
gets like one verse, maybe.
It started out being XC and Friends,
yeah,
and then Yeonjung joined, and it became Yeonjung and Friends, and they finally started balancing it all.
And then it's XC and Yeonjung and Friends.
And Friends, yeah.
Is that what it's gonna be without Chung Chao? They're just gonna give me XC. Well, I mean, that's the problem. It's just like, my bias, but more XC lines. I don't know.
Luda's getting more time to shine, so I'm okay. But no, yeah.
Hey,
I thought this was
don't sleep on Sola and Bono.
Probably one. Everyone, I like everyone who just on yeah, it's probably one of my favorite songs. I think Save Me, Save You is still my favorite, but it's fantastic. Which is a SNSD song.
Yep. Next, we have Masquerade. Which
the cover of the Phantom of the Opera song?
No, it's not. Got random thing. We heard that playing when we were in line for
Masquerade.
I think.
Yeah, we were in line for Superman.
You heard Masquerade
yeah,
playing
because it's Fright Fest. So I'm just like, why aren't they playing Superman music? They're playing just like all this random like pop music, and then just like freaking Phantom of the Opera out of nowhere. Anyway,
oh, you heard the Phantom theme, or you heard Masquerade?
Or, I forget. I actually forget which song, but anyway. So with this, I'd say what really like sells the song for me is actually the intro, just because the intro kind of reminds me of like Kingdom Hearts or like some type of thing like that, just like
oh yeah, it does,
really like orchestral type of music. Also, how is like such an upbeat, happy song from a girl group have like the funkiest bass line in the face of Villamora? I was just like, wait, what? Of all the songs for them to have like such a sick bass line in, why this one? But yeah, that those are pretty much the two big reasons why I really enjoyed this song. Again, it's just like with the chorus, just the delivery is just super catchy. So,
this is another one that I did like. Again, I think it's just because this is another one that's more towards the G-Friend style of things, rather than their typical style that they have with Save Me, Save You, and You. Yeah, I enjoyed this one. Also, it kind of reminded me of like early IU songs, like
In a
You
way,
and I,
yeah.
and
Good day.
Good Day. Yeah, exactly.
yeah, because IU loves using like the orchestral style
Yeah.
of music. So.
Well, even in the like the type of notes that they use during the vocals and stuff like that definitely screams like early IU. So yeah, I like that a lot.
Nate?
So for me, yeah, I thought I like pretty much what Andrew said. Like, I thought the song had a really cool instrumental with like the jazzy lounge sound, but like a more upbeat version of it, and then with an awesome walking bass line. And then yeah, the strings that come in during the chorus fit really well and add to like the swelling of the song.
Yeah,
I thought it was a really solid song.
Yeah, it does a really good job of helping to build to the chorus, which I think they do a pretty good job of that just in general. So, next we have "Hurry Up," which I literally the only notes I wrote for this is it's a TTS song. Enough said. That's literally all you have to say about it. And I mean, if you listen to this podcast, you should know how highly we revere TTS. So if we're calling it like a TTS song, that's basically that's saying it's perfect, basically.
Yep.
Jacob, I know you have to like this one. If you don't like this one, I swear.
So yeah, I did like this one just for like just right off the bat from the instrumental. Like we saw this kind of thing recently with Minsaw's what was it called? Is who, yeah, right. Yeah, like just the old timey, like band style. And yeah, like again, like I think for Ukusuna to like win me over, they just got to do more like different variety style tracks, because I think just their current like standard style just doesn't really work for me as much, and I definitely like to see tracks like this.
Yeah, my first line was, "Oh my God, they gave him a big band style song."
Yeah.
And yeah, I like how the vocals for the most part are like their normal style, but then there's a couple parts where they just go super hard in the in like the big band like style of singing.
Especially like Yeonjung. Yeonjung especially really leans into like she sounds almost like Taeyeon in this. Just like the sort of timbre in her voice is just incredible.
Yeah. And yeah, like you said, it reminds me of TTS and Semina. Like, it's that it fits really well with those songs.
Yep.
And rounding us out on this mini album, we have You and I.
All right, hold up.
What?
It's a cover of the songs by Daya, Shiny, UNI.T, WJSN, Dreamcatcher, Park Bomb, and IU.
It's a cover of a WJSN song?
Oh crap! Yeah, that is the song. It is. Anyways,
you fucked up.
Yeah, I did. But anyways, there are 7 songs in my library called You and I.
Yep. Wait, did you say IU?
Yeah, he said IU.
Yeah, I did at the end.
Oh. Okay.
Not much to say on this. Just ballad, basically.
Yeah,
same thing.
It's a ballad.
Yeah. Yeah. The only things is the only notes I added other than it's a ballad. I actually said it's the ballad because
it's the ballad.
It's the ballad on the album. I do like the use of the acoustic guitar and like the snaps, for the beat. And then obviously vocals are great with Yeonjung's high notes are fantastic, as always.
Yeah, which is why I don't necessarily mind that she gets a lot of lines despite being in a 13-member group. It's just because she's able to.
Good.
Yeah, she's able to carry it, so she definitely deserves the amount of like workload that she usually gets in songs. All right, so in terms of rankings, ranking it out of 10 with up to 6 for music, up to 3 for concept, and up to 1 for a bias point, I am giving this a 6 for music because despite the ballad, just again, I don't know if I'd necessarily like rank it ahead of their previous albums. But I do think it might be one of their most well-rounded in terms of, again, variety. I'm talking in circles just because I was sort of praising. You'll see this later, but I praise Dreamcatcher for sort of the same sort of thing, just like a good amount of variety in this. And again, I despite being such a big fan of the signature WJSN sound, I do like the variety and the directions that they sort of explore in the album tracks. So I really appreciate that. That's why I give it a 6. It's only a 2 for concept though, because again, it just didn't. Or I wasn't as blown away by it visually or choreographically. And then 1 for obviously I'm gonna give them a bias point, so that's a 9 out of 10.
All right, so for me, mine's obviously I didn't like praise it quite as much. So for music, I gave it a 4 out of 6. Like the songs I didn't hate them, so I'm not gonna like dock off like an entire point per song for it. So I give 4 out of 6 overall. And then for concept, I did 2 out of 3 because again, nothing like blew me ways away. And then bias point because I don't feel that it deserves a 6, so I get a 7.
And I gave it a 10 out of 10.
You monster!
Because it is literally... What did you expect?
No.
I liked every song on the album.
You didn't give
6 out of 6
Dreamcatcher a
for
10.
music.
Don't spoil it!
because-
Don't spoil it! People
Too late.
Oh, yeah.
You didn't want people that haven't
Spoilers.
watched it yet! Come on!
He gave
Bleep it
Dreamcatcher
out.
a
Bleep it
6.
out. Bleep it out.
No, that's too much work.
Yeah, that's like a whole like couple sentences to bleep out. No, yeah, like I said, every song on this album I liked a lot. I think the title tracks are strongest, and I think some of the album tracks are some of their strongest album tracks too. And like I said when I was talking about Save Me, Save You, I think it's their best music video. I think it's their best styling. I think it's their best choreo. So I obviously 3 out of 3 for concept and a bias point. So 10 out of 10. And you know what? That means it's an 8.6 repeating, which means it's rounded up to a 9, which means it gets a shiny. So screw you, Jacob, and your 7.
Nope, that's a 7.
Good job, Nate. Good job.
It's not a 10. Not even close.
And I didn't change my score just because of what Jacob gave it.
I didn't. I didn't change my score. It's just like I'm obviously gonna be pretty biased to them, but again, I don't know.
No.
Maybe just in my heart, I wouldn't be able to give it like a perfect score because it's not. It's not the group's not all there
because
like,
it doesn't have this. Yeah. That's
yeah. No.
My only negative
Gripe.
thing with this album.
Like I couldn't. He just checked it on his calculator to see if you weren't lying.
I'm a computer science major. You think I can't add and divide by 3?
Okay, so it's a 9 out of 10. It gets the shiny. It's a truly Daebak album, despite.
Oof.
Yes.
No
is.
oofs here. It totally deserves it.
Sonio's
And I mean, they've been
album.
Roblox.
and
Oof.
seriously, shout out to like Full Bloom and like the rest of their production team because they've been on a roll all year. Honestly, I think they've probably been my favorite of the IOI branches. I mean, no surprise, but next.
All right, so from here we'll go to topic 3, which is
topic 2.
topic 2. Okay, sorry, I'm in the mindset because we recorded Dreamcatcher first.
We recorded
sake
the
of
topic
time.
4 first, which
Topic
is why
4
Jacob
first.
spoiled it.
Yes. Anyways, topic 3.
2.
2.
You keep confusing yourself, dude.
Topic 2.
2.
Topic 2. Got7's new album, Present You. All right. So we'll start off the review with all 4 versions of this song. Lullaby, which is in Korean, English, Chinese, and Spanish.
And in the language of
And
instrumental.
yes.
And instrumental.
That's the best language.
So for this, I thought this was a strong title track. I actually enjoyed this one quite a bit. It's just like, because the past few times Got7's put anything out, it just seemed a little more.
This doesn't make sense anymore.
Yeah, it's
Get
not.
out of here.
Do you have a Got7 bong or no?
No, I don't. I've never been a huge fan of Got7. I like their songs, but
Yeah, anyways, the last couple comebacks I've been kind of like the song's good, but I want to see something different. I think this one's in the right direction of where I want to see them. So yeah, anyways, between Never Ever and now, that sort of I guess timeline is what I'd say. Anyways, yeah, I enjoyed this a lot. I thought each language version was pretty good, actually. Like the English didn't seem too cheesy or anything.
Yep. So for me, yeah, I thought this was like a really fun, like funky guy group song. Like I just said, I've never been like a huge Got7 fan. Like I've liked their stuff, but I've never gone out of my way to like listen to all their music. But I really like the instrumentals in the song, especially like the synth lines stood out. I've always been a proponent for like no auto-tune hip hop stuff, so like that part I could have done without. But the actual singing is fantastic. Just throughout this whole this album, like it constantly reminded me of how good the singers are in Got7.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I like always forget that. I feel it's like Jackson takes so much of the spotlight just because he has his solo stuff and like he's so popular with variety and stuff that you just forget how good the singers are.
Yeah, I'd probably put them like similar to like how people forget that BTS has good vocalists as well. You kind of forget that Got7, because again they're both like sort of hip hop or like just really hyped groups that you're like, oh wow, they actually have good singers. Yeah, because they're not really known for it necessarily.
And for the music video, like it wasn't anything special, but I thought the choreo was really cool. The one thing that stood out to me in the music video was the choreo parts where they're on like an LED floor, and it's got like the like sound waves and stuff. I thought that was okay. And then in terms of the other languages, I don't really have anything to say about the Spanish or Chinese versions because I don't speak those languages, and I think it's cool that they're doing it in so many different languages. But the English version actually flowed like better than I thought it would. You don't usually expect songs to be translated and to like work that well, but I thought it worked like pretty damn well.
I mean, I'd probably be the biggest Got7 fan out of all three of us, just because I've seen them twice now. But again, I'm kind of guilty of like I only really listen to their music whenever they come up in terms of like seeing concerts or whatever. But I mean, I'm always just blown away by them. And I mean, I guess it was getting stagnant over like the Flight Log series a bit, but this definitely, again, this and like their last few releases are definitely going in the right direction. Again, I'm always a big fan of future bass, so anything that involves like a future bass type of tinge to it is gonna get a huge approval from me. And yeah, it's funny, in every language the chorus was always in English, which is really funny, but it's good because like the chorus is super catchy. I love the chorus. Like we were listening into the car, like driving to Six Flags, and then just like all the different language versions came up. It was like, damn, this chorus is really good. Just like the more you listen to it.
Yeah.
The MV, the thing I love about it is it's super colorful, which again, for whatever reason, there's some guy groups just avoid using any like super colorful sort of things just because they're like, oh, we're guy groups, we have to be like super gritty and all that sort of shit, but like we're just super dark all the time. So I do appreciate that. The choreo is very like upbeat and fits so well with it. So again, they're really good at that. And again, I really applaud them for doing it in all these different languages, because again, you usually just get Korean and then instrumental, but for them to take the effort to just do it in 3 other languages is incredible. I mean, obviously you were gonna get Chinese because of Jackson, in English obviously because of Jackson and Mark, which is why I think it was really good, because they have 2 really good they have 2 native English speakers on the group in the group, so that it's not going to sound weird. But again, the Spanish one definitely blew me away. I mean, obviously, pronunciation is going to be weird a bit because they're pronouncing Spanish words a bit more Koreanized. Like the intonation and everything definitely sounds Korean. But I do again. I applaud the effort for them to sort of recognize their international success, because Got7 is sneaky popular. Like you wouldn't think that they'd be super popular like in America and like everywhere, but no, they have a lot of fans. And I mean, that proves it, because this video is about to hit 30 million. So like they're not messing around. So I do appreciate that they're trying to sort of reach out to all of their different fans in different places. So I'm surprised they didn't do like a Brazilian Portuguese or like any type of like
Japanese.
Yeah, Japanese. Is a big one because they've done Japanese music before. So, but still, it's really cool for them to take the effort to learn a song in all these different languages, because that's not easy. That is not easy at all. So that has to be applauded.
Yep. All right. So next up on the list is
Enough.
Which, all right, so for this song, I actually thought this was strong enough to be a title track, to be honest. This song, I don't know, I guess it's hard to describe, I guess, but the beat was good, the chorus was catchy, like had a nice drop, and I could see this having like really cool choreo, so I'm interested to see that.
Yeah, for me, like, I thought the drop was so good in this song. I like how the verses are halftime, and then it like literally drops and like just goes hard. Like it just really like surprised me with how good this song was and how much I liked it. Vocals are fantastic too.
This is probably like the only like huge miss when it comes to the group songs, because how this album structure is like there's 5 group songs and the rest are all solos. But yeah, this one was the only miss, honestly. And I'll go into more detail later, because I did like a song later that sort of correlates to this more. But yeah, it's probably the most forgettable for me.
Oh wait, you're last. Okay. Anyways, coming up next is Save You on iTunes, but on here we have it as I'll Protect You. Same difference, whatever.
Yeah.
So for this song, out of the like album tracks, like non-lullaby songs, I probably like this one the most, actually. Well, other than the solos as well, out of the group tracks. Yeah, like the beat was nice. I thought people's vocals were decent in this. The raps weren't too horrible, so yeah. I thought this was good. The only part that I didn't like was like kind of a like, not chanting, but like it's like almost talking part with the rap, like leading up to the chorus. I wasn't super crazy about that, but everything else I liked a lot. So yeah.
Yeah, I actually looked. I felt like this was like pretty similar style to Enough. And it's actually the same producers.
Okay, that makes sense then.
That's weird, because I didn't like Enough that much, but I love this song. I don't know.
But you like the song? No, yeah, like, I don't know. I actually, like, overall, I felt like the group songs on this album had like a pretty similar style that they stuck with.
Yep.
And I actually liked that it gave the album like a good continuous feeling for the group stuff, at least. But yeah, I like the song too. I liked Enough more, but still good.
I don't know. This one down sounded completely different, mostly just because this has a bit more of a... It has like a New Jack Swing like incorporation in some parts, which I really appreciate. I need more of that in K-pop, honestly. It's probably of the non-single like group releases, this is probably my favorite. See it, and again, like the vocals on the chorus, again, they're just super underrated with how well they're able to deliver it. So I really enjoyed this song.
Yeah, so next up we have No One Else, which again, like this one is, I find it hard to like describe them all like differently because they are very similar.
Yep.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say is I like the beat on this one a lot. It's like it's like the, I don't know how to describe it. It's like, I guess it's like do 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 do, like that over and over kind of gives me like a feeling of like sort of like running or something like that kind of, which I thought was pretty cool. Actually, I guess it reminds me of like a beat that maybe like Punchnell would use like in a rap song. And yeah, I like the like R&B style like vocals and the verses and stuff. So Yeah.
Yeah, like this is continuing that style, just like chill EDM, but with like the funk influences. Yeah, I thought for this one, like the vocalist really stood out. But yeah, like Jacob said, it's hard to keep talking about all these songs because they do have a similar style.
Yeah. I think just what sort of stood out for me was that really nice guitar riff that Jacob was talking about. The do 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 do. Has a really nice like build up to the chorus. I love definitely does a good job of sort of setting the sound space, just making it very echoey, just like very like large and sort of just like the structure and everything. So that I did appreciate that about the song.
All right, so up next we have I Am Me, which this one I did.
The third Stray Kids album.
Yes.
It hasn't come out yet.
The one song that there, it's just the song is an entire cover of the album.
Yep.
Yeah, so this one had almost kind of like a almost like a ballad kind of thing in the verses until it gets to the drop in the chorus, which, by the way, the drop in the chorus I thought was really well done. Like it's just different from like the standard drop we normally get in most things, I feel like. So yeah, like it just, this one sounded the most like fresh, I guess, out of the 5. So I like this one a lot.
Yep. Yeah, for me, this is my favorite out of the album tracks, like the group tracks. First thing that stood out to me was like beat during the intro. Like there's just like really cool drum sounds. And like you said, it starts out almost as like a ballad or like just a really slow, like sentimental song, but the build is just so good. And the drop is just amazing. It's like Jacob said, it's not what you expect. It has hints of that like Chainsmokers drop, but that it's just like super distorted and like crazy.
The
it's
vocals
just not what you expected at all.
I'd probably say the
it's
vocal
really cool.
The vocals are very Chainsmoker-y. That's sort of definitely what brings it across, because they love that like sort of like group vocal like echoey type thing that they're going for here. So
Yeah.
that's surprising that you like it so much, because I know you you kind of hate
But he
Chainsmokers.
doesn't like the drops though.
Yeah, I'm talking more about like the actual beat they use.
Yeah.
Because most of the time the Chainsmokers, like, at least I haven't heard their more recent stuff, I guess, but like Closer and Before, like they're all the same exact thing over and over. So,
So it gets tiring.
yeah. But yeah. Anyways, I guess from here we can go into the song.
Oh wait.
Andrew gets to talk.
Oh, Andrew didn't talk yet.
Yeah, I guess the only thing I'd
he was kind of.
No, the only thing I'd have to say about this is I thought this sort of executed the style of electronic music that they were trying to go for in enough. I thought they executed it way better in I Am Me, which is why it's sort of like I guess that's sort of what like ruined the song enough for me, just because like again I feel like they're very similar in a way, but maybe it's just a sort of like future bassy type of drop that I felt was way more interesting than what the drop that they ended up going with in Enough. So yeah, I feel like the drop is definitely the highlight of this song, and it's definitely what makes it. And it's very rare, because usually you just kind of get sick of drop focused songs, but this one definitely makes it for me.
Yep. So up next we have the solos. From now on, that's the end of the. It's the end of the group songs. This song is like Sunrise, by the way. It's JB's solo. And I guess as you'd expect, it's like a sexy slow jam from him. One thing I'll say is his vocals really stood out in this song. I think he did a really good job.
Yeah, for me, the falsetto was insane, and like I really like the contrast between his normal singing voice and his falsetto. It gave the song like a really great mix of vocal styles, even though it's a solo, which definitely made this stand out. This wasn't my favorite of the solos, but it was definitely up there.
Oh yeah, it's probably my second favorite of the solos.
Yeah, same.
Just because I'm thinking in my head, oh man, I can't wait to see this live, because Got7 performs their solos live, so I'm just imagining right now like how many.
The shirt's coming.
Yeah, the shirt's coming like straight off, like 5 seconds into the song, that shit's coming off. So that's gonna be a great performance. again, it's just like, again, with the vocals with this, just like, you don't, they always get buried behind like the rapping of Got7, and I'm glad this is kind of the structure that I appreciated about BTS's answer, because like the solo songs, again, were just brought a different sort of sound to them. And I do appreciate that. There's a lot of musicality in this group, and I love how they're not afraid to like do like. I mean, remember in the last album that we reviewed of theirs, they did like the whole like subunit sort of thing where it was like 17 leaders, 17 like performance team, that sort of thing. So I love that they're willing to like do more music than just the group, and I feel like 12, 16 full album with just all group songs would get really tiring after a point. So I do appreciate that if they were going to go for a full album, just give them solos like this. And yeah, they started off the solos like really great with JB.
Yep. So from here, up next is OMW, which is Mark's solo featuring Jackson. I'm assuming it stands for On My Way.
Yeah.
Anyways, so for this, I thought the song was okay. I think what really drags it down, unfortunately, is like Mark's singing ability isn't the greatest.
Yeah.
Which I hate to say that because, like, you know, it's a decent song. It's just like
anyone on it.
Yeah, exactly. And Jackson's lines weren't terrible. Like
weren't terrible.
Yeah,
they weren't terrible.
That's the best you could say.
Well, his solo music is like
not great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I pretty much echo that sentiment. Like, I like Mark's rapping a lot. The singing could have been better, but it's understandable because, I mean, he's the rapper and dancer.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to, like, I'm not knocking him for it, but it definitely was noticeable. And then, I thought Jackson's feature was, like, completely unnecessary.
Why is Jackson the only one that features on any of theirs?
Like, he has his own solo.
Yeah, just let Mark shine, goddammit. Like,
exactly.
you hog enough of the attention as it is, Jackson.
Yep. And like Jacob said, it's not my style either, so, like.
I mean, it's my style of song. It's just, again, like,
Well, no, I meant Jackson's feature.
Oh, Jackson's
that
feature.
style of rapping is not my... I don't like it.
I think it's just too, like, close to mumble rap, I think. I just can't deal with it. Like, I wouldn't call it mumble rap, but it's getting too close to there, I guess is what I'd say.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't like his feature as much, and I do like the style of song. It's just, again, if Mark had a better, like, vocal performance, just because I feel it's way too raw, so it's just too distracting from you being able to enjoy, because it's definitely a well-produced song. Like, like I'd say the beats are all in order. It's just, like, the chorus is just like, ooh. You're just like,
one thing to point out, they did all produce their own, or help produce their own.
I do appreciate that they're allowed to get they're allowed this free reign. And again, I mean, they let Jackson do so much solo stuff again, so I'm glad that they're not afraid of letting them like vent in a way and not get like sick of doing the group songs.
And, it's definitely something JYP's been leaning towards more lately anyway, with like Stray Kids and Day6 like producing everything they do.
Yeah, definitely. It's made a huge
definitely
influence.
More open to it.
Yep. All right, so next we have Made It, which is Jackson's solo. And sorry, Jackson, but I can't deal with this. This is not the type of hip hop I like, I guess is what I'm gonna say. Like, it's not, I don't think it's anything to do with the production quality or his rapping ability or anything like that. It's just like, this is not my style of song. Like my hip hop taste definitely like skew back towards the 90s, early 2000s. So like, this is definitely more like contemporary, like 2018 style rapping in hip hop. So like, it's not my thing. It's too, I guess, obnoxious.
So for me, I actually surprised. I like the song more than I thought I would.
One thing I will say is it's better than a lot of his other songs.
But that's not a high bar for you to set, honestly.
Yeah, exactly. But there's like it's weird because it's a rap song and I don't like the verses, but I actually really like the chorus because it's not that auto-tune part. Like, I like the synth line a lot, and then the beat when it builds for the chorus is like really good. Just like the the rising string line that he uses for the chorus.
Yeah.
I just thought the beat was really good, and it's just like a repetitive like rap chorus, but he's not actually using the dumb auto tune, so like I liked it more because of that.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, like the actual rapping verses, I'm like, it's that same style that Jackson does. That's not my thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised at how much I liked it, because again, we've been really critical on Jackson, but I think a lot of that has to do. I love the production way more than I've usually.
Yeah, I agree. The beat was.
Yeah, because I think, I don't know, maybe, I don't know, just the production on his solo tracks has been really lacking in comparison to what he's done with 17. So I don't know, maybe it's just because it's sort of juxtaposed amongst other Got7 songs. I think that might be, or I don't know. That's weird because like again, like he produces most of his own stuff when he does solos, but
I think my big problem with it really is just like, for me, when I listen to hip hop, I'm listening more for like lyrical and technical ability in the delivery and stuff.
Yeah, I don't know
here at all.
That's not.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know.
Like
what Jackson's what he's really good at is he's a good like hype like man, basically. He's good at like, that's his specialty, so that's why I like this song. He does a very good job of building the hype for this, and despite the lyrics being like really weird, like quote, "We got the sauce, we made it," like it, like literally just like nonsensical type of stuff, like
just getting lost in the sauce.
Yeah, you know, don't get lost in the sauce. Don't get lost in the sauce, people. But I do. It's just, it's sort of his forte, so I do give him props for just sort of leaning into that. So yeah, again, I'm surprised that I enjoyed it at all, but yeah, it's
same.
Yeah, it's a good Jackson. It's a decent Jackson song.
Yeah,
like that's setting the bar pretty low. But again, we definitely enjoyed it more than other solo songs from him.
All right, so next up we have My Youth, which is a Jin Young solo, and this is my favorite of the solo songs. Jin Young's vocals are like definitely shine a ton in this song, and I definitely, it's just like, it has the catchiest chorus. It's got the best vocals, best verses. The instrumentals were nice. It just feels nice and fresh. Like it's not super, I guess, original in like genre and stuff, but it's a very, very good execution for what it's trying to be, and I really, really thought this song turned out well.
Yep. It was basically like Jacob was reading my notes. This is my favorite solo song by far, and I think the vocals stood out amazingly. The only thing else in my notes that Jacob didn't say was this could have been a Day 6 song. Like, this is straight out of Day 6 playbook. I wouldn't be surprised if he like went to them for help on producing it, because like this easily could have been that acoustic pop rock,
and they're all good.
Yeah, exactly.
They're good friends with each other, pretty sure. So
yeah, they're all JYP. So
again, I'm surprised. Very rarely do we all agree on like what is the favorite song, and this is like my favorite song of the solos. Even it might be my favorite. I might actually even like this more than Lullaby, and I love Lullaby. So yeah, it's just,
I definitely like this better than
because like Jacob said, there's something really fresh and just enjoyable about his vocals, and something it's sort of been hidden amongst the rest of his, like Got7's music. So again, this is like definitely a huge proof of like why I really love their solo, the concept of solos. So I'd want an entire solo album from him, and that might be like jumping the gun too much, but if his vocal performance on this one song is like this, like noticeable, man, I'd love to see him do more solo songs. This is incredible, and I didn't you wouldn't, because it doesn't sound like Got7, so you wouldn't expect something like this to end up on their album, right? So it's
exactly.
It's just a really sort of nice surprise hearing it on here.
Jacob's laughing at the same thing I'm laughing at. Cooper's gift.
Yes.
So funny. Sorry, we're a little distracted in chat, but Cooper's freaking out because neither of them, they gave Ujusonyo a 3 out of 3 for concept. So he just put a funny gif of someone like freaking out and tearing it apart.
Shut up, Cooper.
Basically,
No,
we're
Cooper's
telling you to
right.
shut up once again.
Cooper's right. You're right, Cooper. I got your back.
Anyway.
All right, so
Okay.
coming up next is
Next song.
Nobody Knows, which is the solo from Young Jay. I also enjoyed this one quite a bit, actually. Not as much as My Youth, but I still think this one turned out pretty well. Actually, it's hard. I think it's actually close, but yeah, because he has a really good like voice, and like it's very distinct. I think he has the most like distinct like vocal sound out of everybody in Got7, at least for me. I think he's the most recognizable. And yeah, I thought this one turned out pretty well. So
Yeah, for me, I thought this is really cool too. It's either my second or third favorite. It's just like it's cool because it's like a very chill EDM beat, but the vocals are very ballady. So it's, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So I thought that was like a cool mixture of styles. And yeah, like you said, his vocals like they're really distinct.
I wanted to like this song more because, again, I think his vocal performance is right up there with Jin Young. It's just, I don't know, like, there's just something about the instrumental that was just kind of all over the place, honestly.
Yeah.
So that's why I didn't like it as much. Jacob's trying so hard not to laugh.
Still laughing at that.
He's just thinking of the GIF. It's so funny. I'm in the same boat. Such a good GIF.
I'm just imagining Cooper doing that in his actual house.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like at this point, Andrew, we just gotta link it in the description.
Yeah, we just have to link the GIF in the
Or
description so
laughing at.
people are like, what the hell are these crazy people
What are they
laughing at? Anyway.
All right, so next we have Party.
The
which
best
is-
song on the album.
Hell no.
It's the opposite.
Hell no. What the hell is wrong with you?
It's Bam Bam solo, and it's easily, sorry Bam Bam, but it's the worst song in the album. Like,
This might be one of the worst songs I've heard all year. Like, not even joking. You really think about it. Like, would you put it that low?
I can't
deal with it. It's like
I can't put any song with a deep house beat, even for parts of
Like,
the
it has a
song,
good beat,
as the
but,
worst
like,
song of the year.
ugh.
It's just it is. No, don't get me wrong. Like, I'm not defending this song, but I don't think it's the worst song of the year.
I think it actually might have the best beat on the album, but still managed
best
to
beat,
be the
the
worst,
worst
song.
No, yeah.
Why?
Bam Bam, I don't know how you did this. You started off with good material, and then you're like, you went over it, and you're like, you know what? Nobody needs to like this song anyway. Like, I'm sorry, but this is like straight up mumble rap. Like, no, stop this. You
Yep.
can do better.
Yeah,
If you have to rap in Thai, just do it. I don't
Yeah,
care.
just do that. I'd rather be able to. I'd rather you rap in a different language than rap in something I can't understand completely.
yeah. Like, for me, I thought the pre-chorus build-up and like the deep house like chorus beat are amazing, and like, yeah, I agree with you that this might be the best beat on the album, but just the verses are so generic and like so just generic trap that's like not good. It's so bad. And then the music video too, like the picture I put on there is just so ridiculous because it's just him like
Token
hanging
white
out
guy,
with three
token black
dudes.
guy.
Like, yeah,
Is that the guy
there's
from
just, like,
Baby
two-
Driver?
It's just like, it's just why? Like, what happened here?
I don't know. I think it's just like, I think Bam. This is what happens when you give Bam Bam too much power. It's just like, no. He's the only one you're allowed to give this much power to. He's too crazy. So, again, I probably have the best. I probably have the best tolerance for like autotune out of all of us, but even I have to admit, like, this auto-tune like was garbage.
We were listening to this in the car, and I was like, I'm done. I can't deal with it.
Jacob was about to jump out of the car. So you didn't have to
Where's
listen
the
to it.
instrumental version of this song?
Yeah,
Yeah,
where's
yeah,
the
I'll listen to that
instrumental version
instead.
of the? Somebody go into Audacity and just like sort of filter out Bam Bam's vocals and just have the instrumental version. It'd be the best song of the year.
It's the best and worst song of the year.
Yeah, that's only Bam Bam can do something like this where we simultaneously love and hate it this much.
Yep. All right, so next we have Fine, which is a solo by Yukyum.
It's a cover of the.
Yes, it's a cover of the Taeyeon song. I wish. But anyways,
Cover of the Uju Sonyo song?
This one didn't entirely blow me away. That being said, I didn't dislike it. Like I guess if I had to rank it out of 10, I'd say it was like a 7 out of 10, probably. Instead of like the other ones that I did like were probably 9 or 10 because those were really good.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, this one I think just because it's a little too, again, like trying to be too hip hop, I guess, and you don't need to, because I think the beats there and like he's got decent enough vocals that he could have done a pretty decent like slow jam R&B with a little bit of hip hop, but I think he just leaned too much into the hip hop side, and I think that's what kind of dragged it down for me.
Yeah, so for this song, I thought the beat was really cool. It almost has like horror elements to it.
Yeah,
There's just like some like weird minor stuff going on in there.
Yeah, there's an entire like genre of hip hop where it's like, I mean, there's an entire genre of music that's almost like what's called like witch house or whatever. It's kind of like that, but like there's there's entire like horror like rap like subgenres. Yeah. So it is kind of like that.
But the thing, I don't know, Jacob, you probably didn't watch the music video. This is definitely a dance song.
Okay.
The choreo was really good.
That might redeem it.
So yeah, if you guys didn't see that, the choreo was like it's very much like a Taemin song. Like
okay, I'll just keep that in mind.
On
actually,
the choreo. So that definitely helped it. Because yeah, I agree. Like it's definitely not the best, but that definitely helped it a lot.
Yeah, I wanted to like this song more because again, I like this type of hip hop, and if hearing that it's a choreography focused song definitely makes me appreciate it more. It's just, I don't know, it's just in terms of vocal performances, I was just kind of spoiled from the previous one, so I'm just like, oh, this one's only okay. Yeah, I'd say that's the only part that sort of lets it down for me, just because I feel like he's definitely trying to rely on the processing of the vocals to sort of help carry the song. So that's the only gripe otherwise.
All right, so from here I guess we can go into ratings. So I was going back and forth on how to rate this. Like I knew what I'd want it to be out of 10, but I didn't know how to distribute the points because I'd probably do half points. But what I did was I guess I went for like 4 out of 6 for music, just because there were like 3 songs I really didn't really like that much. And then I did like a lot of the, like almost all of the other ones except yeah. So basically it would be probably, if it's either a 4 or a 5. I just did a 4 because I felt like for concept 3 out of 3, because I like the fact that they're doing something new with like just doing a few full group tracks and then giving the members a chance to be I guess use this as a creative outlet to have like solo songs, each with their own music videos and like stuff like that, which I super appreciate that. So 3 out of 3 for concept for sure. And then 1 out of 1 for bias point, because I've always liked the Got7. I just the past few songs I think were a little too samey from before. So I'm glad that with this they've I guess branched out a little bit, and I think they're headed towards the right direction. So overall I gave it an 8 out of 10.
So yeah, for Jacob, same as Jacob, just distributed differently. So I did 5 out of 6 for music. Really the only songs I didn't like were any of like the hip hop focused type stuff. So yeah, basically just like Jackson and Bam Bam songs.
Yeah.
So like yeah, overall I liked almost all the music on the album, and some of it like really blew me away. So I give it 5 out of 6 for music, and then a 2 out of 3 for concept. I really do like the idea that they're doing this solo stuff, and they gave them all music videos. But the music videos didn't really blow me away or anything, and it doesn't help that they were half of the song too, like they weren't full song music videos, which I can understand. It's gonna get expensive.
Yeah, it's just time consuming too.
But you didn't give them very much budget, so like you could at least do the whole song, because it's not like the music video is gonna cost much. So yeah, like I don't know, I just gave it a 2 out of 3 there, and then a bias point because I do think it's an 8 overall.
Yeah, same score, same distribution as UNI.T. I was going again. I was considering like how much I love Lullaby and how much I love the concept of them doing all the different versions. It's just I feel like it was brought down by I guess me not liking some of the solo songs as much and me not liking some of the group songs as much. But otherwise, again, I'd say it's weird because I can't say it's top heavy because Lullaby definitely carries, like, at least for the group portion, and I do think like the group or the solo songs definitely still do factor into that rating. But yeah, I don't think it wasn't entirely perfect, so I couldn't give it a perfect score. And again, with 2 out of 3, again, I love the conceptual stuff that Got7 does all the time. Oh god. I just lost my train of thought. Oh god, it's too late.
Lost it.
No, but again, with conceptual, I probably would have appreciated if it was more fleshed out, honestly. Again, like with the music videos doing the sort of thing, like the sort of like actual full on music videos. Because I mean, granted, I mean it doesn't look like they put too much into the music video for Lullaby, because it definitely stayed like a bit, or it definitely was box territory. Like they did stay on sets most of the time. But other than that, I'd say it wasn't too bad. And I mean, I do love the choreography. I just wish like the visual element definitely was a bit more fleshed out in comparison to like what they've done before with a lot of their albums. And obviously, Bias Point, I love Got7, so yeah. That's an 8 out of 10, straight 8 out of 10 for all of us. Straight
8.0.
Like that's a flat 8.0. Yep. So no shiny, unfortunately. But
you don't need the calculator for that one, Jacob.
Yeah.
No, I don't. 8 plus 8 plus 8 divided by 3. I wonder.
Okay. Let's move on to topic 3. Not topic 4, Jacob. Topic 3.
Topic 3. Unity.
Which is
Begin with the end.
Begin with the end. So this is their goodbye mini album.
They had a hello and a goodbye.
We're gonna have a lot to rant about. I guess actually overall, I think I'd probably just rather just get it all out now because it's not about any specific song for me.
Well, some of it's for specific songs.
Not for me. Like I actually liked most of the music, but just the fact that they were so like treated so poorly when like UNB has gotten so much better handling.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's so dumb that they gave them to 2 different companies, and then Unity's just like treated like garbage, and they've got 6 new songs out of 2 mini albums.
Whereas this
9
is
songs total.
This is 3.
The first album was 5 songs, 2 of which were songs from the unit, and this is 4 songs, 1 of which is from the unit. Yeah. So they got completely screwed on music. And I think 4 of them are ballads. Just the 2 title tracks aren't ballads.
2 title tracks are also the only ones that are like
yeah. And like to me it's like it was funny because like I was really happy that they got a lot of great vocalists in the group, but then I didn't want them to do this. Like, sure, I want you to showcase the vocalists, but like, don't do just ballads.
1 ballad is enough.
And like,
album.
just like the terms of money, like the music video quality is so much worse than UMB's. The handling of just everything, like they don't even have all of the members for their final comeback. Two out of their second comeback ever is their final comeback, and it doesn't even have ZN.
It's not a complete group, which is stupid, but
like,
what are you gonna do?
It's just I was really excited for this group because I followed everyone in this, like literally everyone that made it in this group I followed beforehand. And yeah, just for them to be treated so crappily. Like, you think Begin with the End should be their downpour, but it just has no impact because they didn't get to create like a connection with any fans or anything.
Yeah, you can't really, for you to earn your downpour, you need to have good music.
I mean, I'd argue even IOI got screwed over.
Yeah, I mean,
music.
like,
IOI
got fucked over, but they had good music.
IOI being fucked over.
Yeah.
But they at least had almost a year to connect and had 4 comebacks.
I mean, Unity got fucked over
3.5.
more than IOI, that's for sure. But
I didn't think that was possible.
It's been like 4 months. Like, they existed for 4 months.
Yeah, that's
What
ridiculous.
was the point?
Like, what about the people who are relying this as being like, their last chance? Like
Everyone
Suji.
was.
Yeah.
That was the
Suji.
point. That was the point of the show. Was these were idols that their groups were failing.
Suji
or
needs
failed.
to leave her company and go
Like-
to
Yeah,
join Khan.
Khan
Go
needs to be a
join Khan.
3-person group. God damn it.
No, it needs to be a 5-person group.
And
Does
then
it
they
really?
need to change their
Yes.
name to the
Maybe
Ark.
it needs
The
to-
arc, yeah. they
Maybe
can
it
change the name
needs
of
to
the
be
arc.
maybe just 4. Maybe just 4.
What's wrong with Eugene? She's like their vocalist.
Okay, but is there any like overall ranting you guys want to add to that?
No. You pretty
should
much
we get-
Let's
covered
go.
all the
Let's
bases.
go. Let's get into this because
Okay.
I can't hold it in any longer. Honestly.
Okay, well you're ranting about the songs. Okay, so first is I Mean, which is the promotional title track, and yeah, like I like the song itself. It's definitely like a pretty standard Brave Sound song. You could definitely hear like AOA performing this.
Yep. That's exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what he said.
I
It's just like
yeah.
it's wow. This sounds like an AOA song.
Yeah.
It sounds exactly like an AOA
because it is.
song.
I mean, it's a Brave Sound song. Like that's AOA. Like that's literally all they do nowadays to just make AOA songs.
Oh my god.
So like, but so I like the song. It's nothing like crazy. It's no more, which just blew us away. But
No More
everything
is
else
on
about
my,
it-
like top songs of the year. This is like
Yeah.
I don't know. It's good, but
But-
I'll get into it once it's my turn.
Well, yeah, like, and I like the song, but literally everything else about it, the like release or the single is like really bad. Like the choreo is really bad. The music video has no budget and is really bad. The styling is atrocious. Like, does someone at their company just hate
the
them?
hell are
Like,
these? The hell are these
What
yellow
happened?
pants with like the yellow pants with like
why?
the cutout in the knee? Oh,
what
God.
did they do to deserve this? It makes me so angry.
I don't know. I think the company is just like fuck it. We don't care anymore. Like,
Yeah.
I don't. Do you even know what company it is? I don't even remember. Like,
Because I
I'm
mean,
gonna look it up
okay,
right
so the
I'm
show
looking
was
up right
aired
now.
on KBS.
they're under a company I've literally never heard of.
What
The
about-
Unit Culture Industry Company?
Okay,
So
that sounds
was
like
it
that
company
sounds like a
that
shell
KBS
corporation. Yeah.
KBS just made a shitty company to manage them and then just threw it away. Like, but UNB is under a different company. Like, oh no, they are under the same company. Someone told me they were under a different company. So yeah, so basically they decided UNB was the only one worth
Yeah.
like doing stuff with, and
I mean, that's probably why Suchi didn't
Threw
come back. 'Cause
Unity
she was
away.
like, dude, you're not even doing anything for us.
Or ZN.
ZN.
Or ZN, that's what I meant.
oh,
Yeah,
because
ZN.
yeah, like UNB's not disbanding right now.
Wait, seriously? Wait, they're gonna continue?
UMB doesn't have they're not releasing anything soon. They haven't anything. They don't have anything releasing soon, and like there's no reference that it was gonna be their
Ending?
last one.
Okay.
Like we'll find out. Maybe it is, and we just don't know yet. But they've already had 2 releases, so that means they at least get 3 releases.
Oh my god.
And yeah, like also I think they had more new songs on their albums.
Yeah.
Where Unity didn't. Yeah, it's just like the company just threw them away for because UMB was performing better. I
Yeah.
guess.
That's
Stupid.
so dumb.
Okay, you guys can talk about the songs.
So,
Or I mean, at least.
where's Andrew go first? I don't remember.
Yeah, I guess I'll go. Yeah, again, Nate, you mentioned like how the music video looks cheap. The reason why I think it looks cheap is I think they're trying to emulate the style of music video that that
90s.
no that Momoland was trying to go for in Boom Boom, like with, like all this
yeah.
whole thing, like
Yeah.
with like the sort of like the. I mean, it's not copying necessarily. Like they're just it's not copying just because you're putting the member names next to them whenever it's their section. It's just
No,
that
yeah,
no, it definitely there's like the
used in
style
other
of
music videos.
the style of room and like the style of like intercuts that they're trying to do is
And the
definitely
lighting and stuff like
it's
that.
definitely trying to like emulate that. But they do it so bad. They do it so bad. Like it's
Yeah, it's-
like I mean they tried to do it on like half the budget basically, and that Momoland video wasn't even like too expensive at all. So that's saying something. Apparently, though, like to explain like the weird like horse riding choreography, I saw like PD put
It's a sequel to Gangnam Style.
no
You know?
no PD put something on their Twitter like saying that the reason why they're doing it is because there's like a pun in like the Korean that has something to do with horse riding or like so galloping or whatever. So maybe that's why. But like I mean, but how exactly are you sort of? How exactly are you positioning this group? Are they a joke? Are they like supposed to be like a funny group or whatever? And I mean,
Yeah.
like it's kind of a far cry. I mean, like, the way they're treating him is like a fucking joke, but like the group, they definitely tried to go for a serious sound with No More. Or
Yeah, No More was amazing. Like, honestly, one of the best K-pop songs I've heard in like last 3 years.
Basically, the only reason why I like this group, like anything remotely, it's just because I got to have ZN, Suji, and most importantly Yabin's screen time, and even that can't save it for me, honestly. Like just them being in the group isn't saving it for me. Like you can put like my favorite members in like the same group, but if you give them shit, there's only so much I can tolerate, honestly. And again, it sucks because I do appreciate Brave sound. I do, or like Brave Brothers. Like he does really good music. It's like
You can make the same song only a number.
You can only stay in 2011 and 2012 for so many years before it's just like you got to move on, bro. You've been making the same music for
like that's the thing. Like the AOA, what they put out sounds the same as exactly what 4 Minute was putting out from like 2011 to whenever they stopped. Whenever Crazy came out.
Yeah,
like it's just. I don't know.
It's too one track.
Yeah, I like the song. I think I'd be less disappointed if this was actually an AOA song and not Unity. Like, I don't know. I think I just expected more of like a No More sort of feeling. And I wish they would have just stuck with that kind of style and like expanded upon it or something. You know, because I love that song. I would have been perfectly fine even if it was just like a sequel sounding song. Like, I don't know. I wish they were treated better, I guess, from the company.
Yeah.
Especially since the roster is so stacked.
Yeah. There's
exactly.
a lot.
The group was amazing.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it's just like, again, maybe to relate this to esports or whatever, or any sport or whatever, sometimes you can put together like an all-star team of like people, but it doesn't work out sometimes, and especially in this case, I just say it's mostly the management. I mean, the girls they're doing the best with what they're doing. They're trying to make like chicken sandwich out of chicken shit, basically. Like they're doing the best with what they're given, and honestly, I'd say I don't blame any of them whatsoever for this type the performance that were any of the music that we got off of this, honestly. And yeah,
it's not the group's fault.
Yeah, all blame definitely it resides on like the management or the lack of management that they've been receiving.
Freaking shell company.
Yep. Okay, let's move on to begin with the end. And like I said earlier, like this is supposed to be Unity's downpour, but it just doesn't have the same impact. Like it doesn't even have all the members.
Yeah.
Like what? Like what is wrong with you? Like the song, I think's great. It showcases their vocal power. Like it is a good ballad. But then also the music video was completely ruined by them putting the audio from the announcements into it.
Yeah.
Like what? Why? Like you could have done what Downpour did and just put the video and have the song play over the video, but they actually put the dude saying each person's name and then the crowd screaming over a ballad. Like, what is wrong with you? Who makes these decisions?
Yeah,
I don't know. Somebody
that's ruined everything about this comeback.
They clearly don't know what they're doing.
I'm like
anything's
literally
to be judged.
upset that I ordered this album.
It's just like I paid money for this.
I gave
product.
them money for this, which like
that's
there's
counter
no point in
capitalism.
supporting this group because it's dead. Like I 100% want to support all the members, but now I have to support them individually. So why did I buy this album?
Yeah, that's rough. I know you. I actually didn't know there was a music video for this. I thought it was just for but So most of my comments are going to be straight off the music, and again, despite my gripes with them, I actually like these two ballad songs, which is a shock because I usually hate ballad songs because again,
No, yeah, I like them both too.
I feel like there's so much vocal talent here that they just completely wasted in terms of the title track. I'm just like I'm so desperate for them to like put out good music. I'm just like, yo, you could turn them into just a ballad group, and I'd appreciate it even more just because they're showing more vocal talent. Because it feels like something like I Mean was such a waste. So I actually, I really enjoyed it because again, it just proves that there's talent in this group, and they're throwing it away, honestly, and it sucks. 'Cause I mean, maybe for some of them they're better off in their original groups. Maybe like Yevin might survive. And ZN ultimately, it's just
ZN will be fine. Like Weijin might be fine if Sonamu ever releases something.
and Sia.
Remember when we were supposed to get 3 singles in 3 months from October, November, and December,
And you know how
we haven't gotten anything since November.
Yeah.
And how good those first 2 singles were. Where's the third one? God damn you, TS! Why are you such a bad company?
TS has always been bad.
Yeah.
but
I know they ruined
I guess
Secret.
apparently they're
BAP.
better than
TS must stand for like
Apparently-
total shit.
Total
total
shit.
shit.
Total shit entertainment.
Yeah.
Oh man, but again, we're basically like bargaining. We're in like in the 5 stages of grief. Like we're in the bargaining stage where I'm just like, you can give them more ballads just so they can put more good music. I'm that desperate at this point.
So for me, the ballad didn't really do much for me. I was just like, it's a ballad. I think a lot of it is like what Nate was saying, like it didn't have the correct amount of impact. Like not all the members were even there. They're disbanding after only 4 months.
His favorite member isn't here, so
like I don't know. I don't know. Everything about it was just kind of disappointing to me. So yeah.
Yep. Next we have Candy. So this is another ballad, but this one's an acoustic ballad.
The cover
it's another
of the HOT song.
Candy was.
no one's gonna understand that reference.
If they watch Reply, they might.
Yeah, that's
was-
where I
think
heard
that
that song first time. I think.
I don't know if that was their debut, but that was definitely like their most popular song. I think that was their debut.
Yeah, I think it was as well. Well, SES, their most popular song was "I'm Your Girl." I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
and that was their debut.
Yeah, and you could argue SNST's probably most. If it's between
Into the
G
New
and
World.
Into the New World.
Yeah. So
Yeah, you could argue G or that.
SMS
But yeah,
strong
so
debuts is what we're saying.
oh yeah, 100%.
Yes.
Mama, like I've said for years, EXO has only been going downhill since they debuted because Mama is easily their best song. But no, yeah. So Candy, it's an acoustic ballad. This is another one that's like fantastic. But it's just, and like I said, I just wanted more and different variety of music. On the fact that we got 4 out of 6 new songs were ballads for this group, and yeah, like I said earlier, like I was really happy that they got a bunch of great vocalists, but it's just ridiculous that that's all we got. Because this group's so multi-talented.
yeah,
Like, there's so many... The dance line's so good, too.
and you have a lot of vocal.
All they had was no more.
Well, yeah, we have freaking Spica and Encia, and like that's ridiculous already. Just having 2 of them like that.
Mm-hmm. For vocalists, yeah.
Again, like I said before, I'm in the bargaining phase, and this is all I can appreciate from this group. I have to settle for ballads because everything else has been garbage. Please get me help.
All right, so this song I liked better than Begin With the End. I think Encia's vocals were especially good in this song. Especially like her high note towards the end that I really, really liked.
Yep.
Other than that, though, again, it didn't really blow me away, but I did appreciate the vocal performances because, like, how could it not, though? Because, again, like, the entire roster is just, like, super talented, and I just feel like they've only been wronged at this point, other than No More.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And finally, we got Shine.
Cover the Pentagon.
Dun.
Dun.
It's a cover of the
I wish it
song
was.
that they performed in the unit. So yeah, this is a song that this was like the girl theme song for the unit.
Yeah.
Because they had like a joint theme song, then there was a guy theme song and a girl theme song. So we discussed it in releases months ago when it was happening. I know a lot of people don't like the song. I think neither of you liked the song.
No, I actually did.
I like it.
I
did you like it?
Right.
Oh, you do like it?
Yeah.
Okay. I thought I remembered both of you not liking it when it came out.
I wouldn't be surprised, but I like it now though.
But you think it grew on you?
The first time I heard it, I think I enjoyed it like a bit. I mean, it didn't blow me away or anything.
I wish they would have done I wish they would have done another version of the what is it called? The unit's theme song. I forgot what it was.
The one where it's like it's the guys and girls.
Yeah, it's a really good song. I can't remember the name of it.
Yeah, I wish they would have just done another like version of that with UNB or something.
Yeah.
But then all they care about is UNB.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I like the song a lot. But yeah, like once again, just pissed off that we got 3 new songs and 2 of them were ballads. Last album, we got 3 new songs and 2 of them were ballads.
It's like going. I feel like it's like going to a fancy restaurant, ordering a steak, and all they give you is like a chicken nugget.
Exactly.
Or no, it's just like I'll have the steak and like the fine wine, and they give you the steak and like a Sprite or something that.
No, they give you a chicken nugget and a box of apple juice.
Yeah,
it's like enjoy
a Capri Sun.
Yeah.
But
high C.
That'll be $100.
You were thinking My Turn was the name of the theme song.
Yeah, My Turn. Right. Love that song.
Again, I like this song. The song isn't bad. It's just that it has no business being on here, honestly.
Yeah.
It has no business. Or especially... Not like maybe if you have like a 5, 6, 7 album, like mini album, and then it's like, oh, bonus track, they do a cover of, or they do a group version of like the song that they did in the show, maybe. But there's only 3 songs on here. What the fuck? Like you can't.
That's not an EP. That's a single.
Yeah, there's no excuse for them to put to put an old song that they did from that literally has been around for like a year already.
Yeah.
On their last album, I guess maybe they're like, oh, we want to be sentimental about it. Let's give them
2 ballads and a recycled.
Or no,
song.
they're probably being like, okay, let's be sentimental. The last song on here was their first song and everything. But what's the point? You barely gave them music in the first place. You can't be fucking sentimental about anything.
I think also like while I do like the song, I feel like the song doesn't really fit their concept.
No, it doesn't
at all.
Yeah.
Like especially with like No More being like mature and like sexy kind of thing, and this is very like Lovelies or Oh My Girl kind of thing.
Yeah, but no, ultimately they didn't earn any like the setup that they were trying to go for with this. They didn't earn any of it. You have to earn like your goodbye, and they barely even said hello at this point. Honestly, they
literally began with the end.
Yeah, begin with the end is so fitting because it seems like this group was kind of doomed from the start with how they were treated in comparison to UNB. So it's just what a goddamn shame. What a shame that they wasted the talent here. So
yep.
Mm-hmm. God, this pissed me off so much. Like I can't even enjoy the music. Just the whole situation just pisses me off.
Yep, same. Like I said, I was angry when I listened to this album.
Yeah, you watched this goddamn show, and you have to.
I watched this show. I bought the albums, both albums. Like, I loved this group. I was so excited for this group, and they just got treated like complete garbage.
Yeah, they literally just took a giant dump all over your hopes and dreams, Nate, because you love so many people.
This could have been like IOI2 for me, and
could have been, yeah, for real.
It never had a chance. Okay,
right.
Jacob,
let's get it out of the way.
You have
Let's
anything
get
to
it out
say
of the
about
way.
Shine? Anything else?
Nope.
No? Okay. So yeah, we'll get to our ratings. For me, I gave it a 5 out of 6 for music. I actually do like the 3 new songs a lot. And I do like Shine as well. It would have been a 6 out of 6 if Shine was a new song. But then, yeah, I just gave it a 1 out of 3 for concept because it's just not great. Like I kind of debated giving it a 0 even. So, but I didn't think the album, like overall, if I was judging the album like objectively without the situation involved, I thought it was a 7. And I gave him a bias point, obviously, so I gave it a 7. But yeah, I'd like if like I really took emotion into account and like how pissed off I am at the situation, I probably would have given the styling a 0. So yeah, I gave it a 7 overall, but that was being generous.
I'm not being generous whatsoever. They get a fucking 0 for the concept thing.
Styling.
Yeah, the concept thing. It's like 5 out of 6 again. It's good because I get 5 out of 6 for music because I really love these ballad tracks. But they get it. Like I was originally gonna give them a 1, but no, they don't deserve any. Like this. Mostly the company doesn't deserve any like credit for what they tried to put forward here or what they tried to pass off as actually giving a damn about this group. So no, they get a 0 from me. I don't think I've ever given a 0 for a concept score, to be completely honest. So this, like you have to do that much to piss me off, like to give me like that much hatred for it. So, but it's weird because it's a 5-0-1. I don't think anyone's ever given that score line before. Because I love the music, I hate the concept, and I love the group. So it's a 6. It's just so like representative of my frustration with this because they deserve so much better than this, and it's just like, you know, when I know we were joking about how we're gonna start like a Kickstarter or like a GoFundMe for rescuing everyone from Cube or whatever. We should rescue all of the people from Unity.
For real.
Like, yeah, just give them another chance because their second chance was just it was wasted completely, and it
was a waste of time. Like,
yeah, it was a complete waste of time.
Yeah, 100. It was a waste of time of everyone involved, like the fans, the members,
the original entertainment companies and everything, having to give up their artists like this. And I mean, like, maybe that's why maybe that's why they didn't.
But yeah, exactly. That's why they didn't give up their artists. ZN. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
they were like, screw it, let's come back, ZN. We got this amazing comeback that we're gonna do, and then we're gonna go do Japanese promotions. Just stay with us. There's no point in going back.
Yeah, maybe they were the smartest ones in the long run for not they weren't willing to put ZN through this garbage. So
yeah, and it sucks for people like G1 that don't have a group to go back to.
Yeah,
like she fucking like this week she posted an Instagram picture of herself in her Burger King uniform because she's just back to work, not with like no job anymore.
And honestly, like the amount of money that they're probably gonna make on this is for a group that's been around. There's some groups that don't make any money until 2 years afterwards. A group that's been around 4 months.
Like, oh yeah, they didn't make any money on this.
Yeah, they basically.
I mean, they might have made a little bit because they don't owe the company money for training.
That's true.
But
maybe
I mean, their entertainment companies are going to make money if they actually give
and like pass it off
the money back because they might still owe their entertainment company training money.
Like this Unity is like should be like the poster child for cautionary tale of never work for exposure. Like this is literally like this group is like the like it's the embodiment of working for exposure, where they're putting all this effort into the group and the company just doesn't care, and they really don't deserve it. And we wish all the best for them, honestly. Like nobody wants to see any of these girls like having to like work like part-time jobs or just like really like low paying jobs when they're trying to chase this dream. And it just sucks that somebody took it, like they were taken advantage of like this, and they were treated. They're arguably like them not being given or them not having a good like situation in the first place to be desperate enough to go on to the unit is pretty bad. But for them to be treated almost as worse as like the original situation that they were in, that's when you really know it's bad. Yeah, it's objectively worse because I mean, like to be treated like this, like not once but twice, it's just nobody deserves this. Jacob, what's your score?
For me, no, I was actually the harshest out of everyone.
Oh God, what'd you give this?
So like again, like none of the songs really did it for me that much, except for maybe Candy. I liked Candy quite a bit, but even so, it still didn't really blow me away. And then I mean, I feel like they just used a recycled AOA song, which kind of like rubbed me the wrong way to begin with. So yeah, I actually ended up giving it 3 out of 6 for music. So, and then for
You gave the score is lower than the amount of songs that are on the album, Jacob.
yes. So basically for concept, I also gave it a 1 out of 3 because what the hell are you doing, company? You're not giving them literally anything. Like, they could have literally just gone to a random like I don't know, someone's photo studio and filmed this with like an iPhone. Like, you know what I mean?
So basically, you just pull like they could have pulled a Very Good and it would have been better than this.
Yes, exactly. Like, I don't know why they're doing this, but like, it's a waste of everyone's time, and like, it's just annoying. And I gave him a bias point just because, like, yeah. So 5 out of 10. Like, I remember because we gave the last one a 6 out of 10 because the title track was really good, but the rest of the tracks are kind of disappointing.
Well, yeah.
And this is
Two
I
were
feel like
ballads and 2
yeah,
were
I feel like this is
brand new.
even worse than the last one.
Is worse.
So like,
yeah.
5 out of 10 for me.
Yeah. I probably gave that one an 8, so yeah. So it's a 6 out of 10 overall.
Wow.
So,
That's down there with like Jessica and Dumbfounded, and this is for a group that we objectively like. So
Yes.
Oh yeah, I love
On
this
paper,
group. Like,
I love this group, but like the company's
the management of
flushing it down the toilet.
completely ruined it. Yep.
completely ruined it.
Flushed. It's done. It's over.
Yep.
They're done flushing.
Yeah,
it.
they did. They flushed it down the toilet.
Why can't I do an F? F. No.
It's backwards.
F. F.
No, that's not an F.
F. F. Okay.
What do you do?
I'm doing the
Are you doing-
Dreamcatcher star.
Oh, I thought you were doing like some like Naruto like.
No, I'm so Dreamcatcher.
Oh, okay, sure.
Include that.
Okay, sure. Well, we're in topic 4 now. And Umu came out of nowhere. So
Surprise.
if you guys don't know who Umu is somehow, you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Hi, I am the channel runner of the YouTube called Reacttothek, where we are known for classical musicians reacting to K-pop. Basically, we're all music majors at the Eastman School of Music in New York, and we are learning about classical music and music theory, and we also analyze K-pop music. Yay!
Yep. Yeah, definitely go check out their channel if you haven't, but I don't think anyone listens to us who hasn't at least checked it out.
Yeah, like 90. I'm pretty sure 90% of the people that found us through you.
Also,
It's like
yeah.
you're the gateway drug basically.
I got
Yep.
you.
Yeah, last time you were on, you reviewed VIX and gave it like a 6, and we were all like, "What the hell?"
Because I go harder on the groups that I like
Stuff
more.
you like. So yeah,
Okay,
expect
for us,
Dreamcatcher to get a low score.
Except for us, we give a 6 to albums we hate.
Exactly. That's why we don't use a scale at all. It's like we use like 7 to 10. That's about it. And then if
Wow.
it's something we're like, "This is really bad," it's a 6. So
Balance.
that's why it threw us off.
Right.
And then we did a Tumblr thing that blew up. Popular K-pop opinions.
It's still our most viewed video. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Somehow
Like
we
5.
did that before the trend caught on, though.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We jumped the trends basically, but
Okay.
I'm trying to brag.
Yep. Okay, let's get into our review. So topic 4, we are reviewing Dreamcatcher's Alone in the City album, mini album. I think it's like their 4. Well, no, they had singles.
Yeah.
It's their 3rd. And it starts out with an intro, as all Dreamcatcher albums do. This one's creatively titled Intro. And this one's like, actually, I thought it was pretty cool. Like, it fits their new Blade. So if you don't know, like, Dreamcatcher had their horror concept that they did for the last
Nightmare.
since they debuted. Now they're doing kind of like a Blade Runner type, like futuristic cyberpunk
2077 concept.
And so I thought like the intro to this intro like fit that really well. And then it leads into like just a sweet guitar solo at the end because it's Dreamcatcher and you gotta have rock music.
So yeah, I mean, I don't think there's ever been a Dreamcatcher intro track that I've hated. if anything, our problem is why isn't this a full song? Like you
basically.
give us this amazing music and you only give us like, I don't know, like how long is this? Like a
40
minute
seconds?
and a minute
Or is
and
it
6
minute?
seconds of intro track. So it's always that sort of reaction. It definitely like the intro tracks that they write for Dreamcatcher are very good because they're as like what an intro track is supposed to do. It's supposed to help set the mood for at least the single track, and they do a very good job of that. Like it's got the same sort of like I don't know, like, it's got the same sort of like keys that are going on in the background that are in what or very similar to what. So it does a good job of that, and like yeah, it definitely helps set the mood. I don't know, I just like I didn't really think like without watching the music or listening to the intro track before watching the music video for What First, it was just like, oh, it kind of sounds like a evil carnival thing because like there's like friggin' like roller coasters going on in the background, and then there's like these like really like ominous chimes. I'm just like, am I gonna die? Is this like a haunted? Is this like Fright Fest at Six Flags or something like that? So yeah, it was definitely an interesting intro track.
Yeah, so for me, I like this a lot. Like right off the bat, it starts out like more like I guess industrial and like metallic than normal, I guess. So yeah, I enjoyed that.
Okay, so yeah. I like how you interpreted the sounds as roller coasters. I never even thought of that. The beginning sound effects I thought reminded me of train track noises, like, you know, the train going over, you know, the tracks. But it could also be roller coaster sounds. And so basically it is giving us that city feeling to start it off. And then I think the D, A sharp, G bell-like theme is kind of like a creepy minor take on like the da 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 da. Even though like the intervals are totally different. I mean like
what's the like like the bell sound or
yeah, like the bell theme that every single bell plays wherever you are. I don't know. But I thought like it's just like instead, so let's say if the bell theme was in A major, it'd be, or no, so that would be C. C major, it would go A, F, G, C, and then reverse C, G, A, F. But this theme, well, it isn't in the same key, but it would go D, A sharp, G. So it just has basically a bunch of half steps, which is creating that tension and that like scary, eerie dissonance.
That's an interesting sort of aspect of, because like when people, I know they do this a lot for like horror movie soundtracks or anything where they're trying to build that sort of tension, where they basically, a lot of what they do is they try to sort of take a familiar tune and then just like they basically try to like purposely mess it up in such a way so that it sounds very offsetting and disturbing, because like some sort of sounds or jingles are sort of like embedded, or they're basically just like white noise to us at a certain point. If it's to the point where you're like, oh, that's wrong, like it definitely it builds more emotion inside the listener, definitely.
Exactly. And I also, on top of that, I didn't check with a tune or anything, but I feel like this bell theme in the intro was out of tune, so that just, or like was wavering out of tune, so that just added to the creepy feeling. And then also, just like you guys were talking about, the intros never fail to create the vibe for the rest of the album. So I thought this did super, super good, and it just flows really nicely into the title track. And I love the guitar sound, like effects with like the throbbing and the added sounds and the way this track builds. And it just it feels like it just keeps building until the second it ends. Yeah. So when it ends, you're like,
kind of like a roller coaster. It's like, oh, I'm going up. Oh, wait a second.
But then they just leave us before the drop, and then maybe what is the drop?
Yeah.
You probably heard, if you're listening to this, if you listen to topic 1, we just came back from Six Flags, so all I'm thinking about is roller coasters right now. Take me back, god damn it. Anyway.
Nice, but yeah, that's all I have to say about the intro.
Okay. Next we have What, which is the title track.
You what, mate?
And literally, my first line of notes is Dreamcatcher doing Dreamcatcher stuff. But yeah, like they're just, it feels like they're just getting closer and closer to straight up like power and symphonic metal, which to me isn't a complaint because that's all I listened to before it came up. And And I love how intense the pre-chorus and chorus are. Like Xian's singing is just like so ridiculously powerful, and it contrasts with like the softer verses, which I liked a lot. And then also like along with that contrast, you have Dami's rap, like hard rap that goes into like the soft bridge. So I liked how they kept like going back and forth with that. Instrumentals are amazing as usual because it's just metal at this point. And I like the styling and choreo. The only thing I was a little like negative to say about it was like the music video definitely had a lower budget than the previous ones, which is like kind of disappointing. Like the horror MVs like had so much horror and like atmosphere to them, where this like they barely did anything with the like Blade Runner city concept they're going for. Like they're just in city
SM
buildings.
box set.
It
there's
literally
a lot of
was an
box
SM
sets.
box. Yeah.
So I kind of wish they went a little harder with like gave them a little bit more money and had like a little bit crazier of a music video. But I think the choreo, like I said, the choreo and styling, great.
I guess just to sort of follow up on your notes on just sort of the atmosphere. I mean, I think because after their last album, they're like, okay, we're done with Nightmare Concept. They're gonna completely change up the group. So I do like the song. I do like the song. Just to preface, but I would say that just it sort of kind of ends up being a bit disappointing because. Like if you rob it of the visual aspect of it, you'd be like if I listen to this like in like alongside like their older songs, I wouldn't be able to tell the difference between what's like a Nightmare Concept and what's like the futuristic Blade Runner concept sort of thing. So just in terms of style, like I would have liked to see a bit more of an evolution. Like again, while maintaining that rock sound. That being said, again, it's still a great like sort of almost J-rock style track. Again, just following up on what you're saying, Nate, about just sort of like the softness and the loudness. Basically, that's Jacob's favorite like thing. We call it the Foo Fighters syndrome or like Dave Grohl syndrome, where basically like they just
start sway and they go. Wah!
Yeah, it's just they're very famous for just using almost like whisper, very soft verses, and then just he's basically screaming at the during the choruses. So it's just again that the play with dynamics again just makes the song more interesting. As for the Dami rap, I did enjoy the Dami rap, but there's a sick ass guitar solo in there that's just so like low you can barely hear it. I'm just like, why are you wasting this? It's like it's a sick guitar solo. Why aren't you giving this like this its own space to breathe? Yeah, that'd be my only. It's just minor complaints for this. I mean, I still enjoy this concept obviously, and I still enjoy their music, but I don't know. It's just in terms of if I were to try to compare it to something like Fly High or just like the older songs, I don't know if I could just put it above just yet, but. Again, it's more Dreamcatcher, so I mean, by this point, you should expect what kind of sound you should be or they'll be delivering from. So definitely
until you get to the rest of the songs.
Until you get to the rest of the songs, yeah, which
like,
I was happy about. So like this minor complaint just ends up sort of getting overshadowed later on.
Yeah, so for me, like I'll still have to think about it, but it's definitely like top 1 or 2, I think, of their title tracks. Just due to the fact like they did pretty much exactly what I wanted them to do, is basically just nosedive into like harder rock sounds. The guitars were amazing in this. The vocals were really, really great, and basically it's all I could ask for. The only complaint I guess I have is again with the music video, it wasn't really much of an innovation based upon like their last stuff. Even though they did have an SM box set, I think it did look really cool. It was like a water texture, but it was like a cube. I thought that was cool.
That was so cool.
Also, I thought their outfits were really nice in this music video, so yeah.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see them breaking away from the uniformity of outfits. I think that just marks the era of the, Nightmare trilogy. Like, okay, the first year that we're a group, we're gonna all wear the same thing. So we're like super K-pop, but also like rock. And now that they're breaking into their own outfits, I feel like it brings out, so much more personality of each member. So I personally like really appreciate that about this comeback. So yeah, again, I just really, really love that watery blue dance set and how huge the room is, and like how your eyes are just automatically drawn to Dreamcatcher because their hair is so popping and their outfits are so popping. And I don't like this music video as much as others. Fly High's music video is my absolute favorite.
Oh, definitely. Yeah,
but
still.
I think, definitely the styling of this era I really, really loved. And I was kind of sad that Handong, this is just like the randomest complaint and the stupidest complaint, but like she was in a dark closet, so you can't see who it is. Yeah. Like, come on. Maybe like add a flashlight or something, because I want to see her beauty. But like also it fits well within the concept of like, having a nightmare and trying to hide and get over that. So I love the choreography. They just somehow managed to capture this group's like really, really good skill of powerful dancing and creating really cool shapes and doing really amazing moves that not other girl groups can do, especially the fact that the what part, the first and the second chorus, the choreography changes up, and I think that's just really cool because it's like variation and development within the dance. But talking about the song, so I actually feel like this is Dreamcatcher's most uplifting title track song, and that's why I feel like it's a development from past, even though it's completely in minor. The entire time, I feel like it's the most positive.
It's a happy minor song.
Yeah, exactly. It's a happy minor song because they're talking about overcoming this nightmare, and I really, really do appreciate the lyrics because I actually just had my first nightmare in a very, very long time, like in years. And like I woke up freaking out. I'm this 20-year-old just like scared shitless of this horrible thing that just happened in my dreams. And then this song came out and I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna break free and not be scared by, my nightmare, that type of stuff. Anyways, back to the song. I don't know whether you guys saw this tweet or not, but they said, or even saw a video where Dami mentioned it, but Dami was inspired by Blackpink's Click Clack Bada Bing Bada Boom when she wrote the Tiptoe Ticketa, that part.
Oh yeah, I was wondering where that came from. I was like, it's such a weird thing.
It's a weird
thing. So cool.
Generalization. Yeah.
Yes, I am obsessed now with rappers like using just sounds and hard sounds to their advantage.
Yeah, just sort of the staccato nature of it.
Exactly, and going off the staccato nature of the rap, the whole song I felt in the vocals were very, very choppy. Like if you listen to the first verse. Please listen to the first verse, everyone. You can, or any of the verses, you can just there's few words, break, break, switch to another member, break. Like it's really, really choppy.
And almost the entire chorus is like, what? Just like a very impactful sort of thing. And I guess it's a question I guess I can pose to everyone here, just because I know some people were just kind of, and myself included, like I usually expect a level of lyricism in my choruses, but I still enjoyed it personally, just because it's sort of, again, the staccato nature of those lyrics sort of line up with the snare hits perfectly in a way. So again, I do appreciate that they incorporate about that, but were you put off by this sort of just repetitive what of the chorus, or was it fine?
If that was just the chorus, I would be put off. But the fact that they have it as the second hook, and the fact that the instrumentals were so slow before and then sped up to make the syncopation more obvious, then I liked it as the post hook.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. The first time I heard it, I thought it was a little too repetitive, but I listened to it again and it was fine. Yeah. That usually is what happens.
Yeah, I think it's that perfect mix of repetitive but catchy.
Yeah.
So it's just get caught in your head and you it's something that you'd stick with. But yeah, I agree with that, Umu, that because there's that part before it that's also part of the chorus, that it's kind of the post chorus type thing. So it makes it better than if it was just that part.
Mm-hmm. Right. And also once you listen hard enough to hear the string rips, then it just adds a little flavor, because behind this super repetitive what we have
there's a level of intricacy going on in the background, so you're not just left with it just bare, which again there's a lot of layering, I believe, to a lot of their songs. So again not all of it might be the most complex, but I think just the way it's arranged is just very well put together, because
exactly.
And again, it just all of it just adds to the, I guess, the quality, and I guess the just even it plays into the aesthetic and theming of it as well, definitely.
Yeah, I tend to enjoy the song more when I turn my musician ears off because I feel like it's so rhythmically driven. And once I stop trying to analyze it, once I stop trying to be like, how complex is this? Then I'm able to move my body to the hard hits and I enjoy it so much more. So yeah, compared to past releases, this isn't one of my favorite title tracks, just like based on the extreme differences between sections, because like in Full Moon we had absolutely no percussion, maybe 2 instrumentals over a really legato line, and then we got so much more energy in the chorus. And this one, it kind of just felt like hype, but like, you know, like just building up and
definitely.
up.
Have you tried to learn the choreography to this? Because you have to plug that you're in a dance crew at this time at some point.
Oh yeah.
You have to plug that shit. Come on.
I'm actually performing next week, so I'm gonna film myself and I'll be like, "Hey guys, by the way, I'm in a dance crew now." But I really want my dance crew to learn a Dreamcatcher choreography. But my favorite choreography is Chase Me or Good Night. So those are the ones that I want to learn first.
Oh yeah, Good Night.
Oh
has
my God.
amazing.
Not Sleepwalking. You have a cool cover you could do with that.
Yo,
Which I'm recording next weekend, by the way.
Are you? Finally.
Yeah, we were gonna record it this weekend, but then Jordan, who was gonna be our like sound engineer, is out of town for a wedding. So we're like, oops. Okay. Well, gotta delay it yet another week. Anyways, yeah, back to Dreamcatcher. I didn't mention my. Oh wait, no, I already said that. Oh, pre-chorus. Okay, so there's this part. I think this might be 7 seconds.
All right.
Let me. Okay, I'm gonna
Audio
play
listeners, you will be hearing something called music, which you probably have never heard of on this podcast before.
Even though it's all we talk about.
No.
Come on, Uber, you gotta find it. We're gonna get nuked.
No, it's fine. It's cool. Not that part.
Okay. So Dami starts singing da 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 da, right? And the instrumentals are the same exact from before, right? This whole pre-chorus. And then when Yoo-hyun sings it an octave up, da 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 da, the instrumentals actually line up exactly with her attacks in the vocals. And I just think that I didn't notice it before, but I just noticed that like the second time it's more hard hitting because the vocals and instrumentals are punching at the same time, which is wonderful writing in my opinion.
Definitely. Again, it just, there's no disconnect between their instrumentals and their vocals whatsoever. I don't think in any Dreamcatcher song, to be honest. And honestly, they do that. That all credit has to go to their production team because again, and their writing staff just to be able to put together stuff like this. Like you could half-ass it honestly if it's just K-pop, but no, they went ham in all aspects.
So yeah, if you want to hear Umu talk about that song for 20 minutes, go to her channel. There's a 20-minute... Huh?
17 minutes.
17 minutes.
Close enough.
Just that song. Okay. Usually our album reviews are like 20 minutes. You talked about one song.
I
dug in. Okay, next we have Wonderland. And Dreamcatcher did an R&B song. And it's amazing. I don't know. I just
AF.
Huh?
Lo-fi as fuck.
Lo-fi, yeah. But it's just cool to see them be able to do all these different styles, and the fact that their voices fit like literally everything they do so well. Mm-hmm. Which like the last song on the album is another like example of that. The one thing I do wish, I hope we get a choreo of this, like we did with Sleepwalking, like, because they do their special clip, like, choreos for B-sides, and this needs choreo.
Speaking of which, if they do a dance version of What, I hope it's in that big blue room.
Oh, yeah. It should be.
If you saw, though, they did do, okay. Well, I know that they did a dance practice already.
Yeah, they did the dance practice.
A dance practice, just not a dance version of the music.
Is the dance practice out yet? Because I saw it in their cheer
video.
Cheer.
I want it to come out.
And I look for it.
God, their cheer videos, by the way, and side note, go watch them. They're so funny.
They're so
Especially
great.
for the last one where they're just screaming each other's names into each other's ears. So funny.
I love this so much. Okay. Wonderland.
Go ahead, Andrew. I'm good.
I mean, if you've listened to this podcast for any stretch of the time, you should know that this is probably gonna be like my favorite, because I live, breathe, and eat lo-fi hip hop. So, and R&B. So, again, that's what I really appreciate about it. Again, despite being kind of disappointed by what just sort of, I guess, falling in line with more similar sort of sounds, I do like how in the album tracks, they've even stretching back like to last year, they're not afraid to give them these vastly different songs in terms of concept and almost just emotion in a way, where this is just a lot more sensual and sexy in a way, because it's R&B, and oh my god, again, the choreography for this is going to be amazing because it's Dreamcatcher, and I'd love to see them do some different. It calls for a different style of choreography than what they normally do, so I'd love to see them take on that challenge. So yeah, again, I really I'm a huge fan of groups that aren't afraid to sort of venture out into different genres. So yeah, this is easily like right up my alley.
So like immediately like going into this after what, I was a little jarring in my opinion. However, so I think they probably in order wise, I think they should have swapped the song after this and this one.
Trap.
Yeah, because the beginning of Trap like fits with it with what really well.
Yeah.
So other than that I'm not gonna knock the song for that. Wonderland I thought was really interesting, like starting out with like sort of a lo-fi beat and going into kind of again like R&B type vocal, because like normally we only hear this kind of music from maybe groups like Luna or like some more like indie R&B artists that you have like 300 views
or just solo artists
that we find randomly.
Yeah.
Just so, it's very rare that groups do this. It's usually just like a single, like an individual singer that does this type of music.
Yeah, so I was definitely happy to see them like tackle this type of song.
All right, as for me, the rest of the album, if it wasn't Dreamcatcher singing those songs, I wouldn't like the songs. I would just hit skip next.
Wow.
Like, I just feel like I'm so happy to see them try these new genres, because I never guessed that they do so. And they do it really well, but I just feel like it's so R&B. It's very cookie cutter R&B, very cookie cutter reggae. And then the only, one that throws you a little bit is the trap. But still, it's just like I've heard even spicier chords used in R&B songs. I've heard more interesting instrumentals. Isaac is here. But why I like the songs, because it's Dreamcatcher, is because of their unique vocal timbres and their phrasing and the vocal vibrato. I've been taking vibrato. I forgot that saying. I've been taking advantage of it. I haven't. Whatever. Anyways, I just really freaking love vibrato. And a recent conversation I had with one of the vocalists on this channel is that they talked about in pop music you don't get much vibrato.
Yeah.
With Dreamcatcher you do, and that's why I love them so much. And so I'll basically talk about the moments that stood out to me the most in this song. And the very first one is the vocal phrasing, and like how, like you said, it's very sexy. And the reason why is because they add in those vocal pitches. And then my favorite part is, I think it's the chorus when they say, hush, 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 over and over. And basically it's just the upper line is A flat, A flat, A flat, A flat, and then resolves down to F. And then the second time it comes back, it's A flat, A flat, A flat, C, and then goes back to A flat. So they change up the top vocal harmony twice. Yeah. But then underneath this one note that isn't changing, they're just going down scale wise and then up. And I'm a sucker for chords that like switch around in inversions, even though they keep the same note the whole time. If they like switch up, then I'm like, ooh, that's tasty.
Yeah, because again, it's just a tiny sort of like bit of intricacy you can add to a chorus so that it's not too repetitive. And again, it definitely, I see that used to, if you're going to transition into a bridge, you can use that note to sort of transition into maybe like a higher key or just like a different key or something like that. So yeah, just playing around with that definitely is a good songwriting sort of technique that we can appreciate.
Exactly. And yeah, last but not least, I don't know whether Love Cherry Emotion came up in your guys' minds when you heard this, but right after da 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 da, it's like totally different keys, but it's the same exact rhythm and intervals between the notes in Love Cherry Emotion and this song. And so I was just like,
Yeah.
motion, what are we doing?
Someone's gonna make a mashup of it.
Please do.
Please
Yes.
make that mashup.
Love Cherry Wonderland. that's gonna completely fool you into what the song is even more than what Love Cherry Motion did.
God, that would be amazing.
Okay, do you need to go get Isaac?
Yeah,
He said he was here, so.
So guys, how you doing?
Yeah.
We'll just fill the time.
Come check out our Discord if you're here.
Come
for
check out our
Mucho
Discord.
Lit.
It's lit. We probably
It's
said it in the
Mucho
beginning
Lit.
of the. We probably said it in the beginning of the show.
Yeah, but no, we will.
90% of you probably don't know who we
Came
are.
just
So.
for,
not
and they
live
probably
streaming,
came
it's
just for this
Skype.
podcast.
Yeah.
Yes, I told him doing a podcast.
Who?
This is truly Daebak.
Hello,
Isaac.
Wait, I should wait.
Wait,
Mr.
what?
Isak.
Can he hear,
I have headphones.
hear
No, he
us?
cannot. But I'm about to put in a headphones splitter.
Can you hear me now?
Wait.
Wait, Hajima.
Wait.
Wait,
No, use these.
Wait.
Use these.
Oh, fine. Okay. Okay.
Have you listened to the album?
but
yet?
he probably
No.
hasn't heard these
Oh,
songs
damn,
at all.
okay.
Hi, everyone.
He has nothing to say about these songs probably.
No,
I should
so-
have
I'm just
fixed the
gonna-
overlay. I'll just fix the overlay in post, like right now.
Yeah, you just add people.
Wait.
Just get closer.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, so now we're switching to, is it trap next?
Yeah, we're talking about trap now.
Trap.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, like I just said, next is trap, which to me is a very fitting name for this
It's a
song
trap.
because
Cover the Henry song.
it's like yeah, it's a cover of the Henry song exactly. It's just like slower and chill, and then it gets interjected with these random like 5 seconds of crazy metal sections, and then the chorus happens and there's just an EDM beat, and I'm really confused, but I love it.
Wait for it. Wait till you hear it.
That's so accurate.
Yeah, is it like that's what happens in this song, and it's amazing because I don't know. I like EDM. I like random heavy metal sections, and I like Dreamcatcher. So
Nah, I wasn't a fan of
no,
it.
you didn't like it.
No, because I'm just like, okay, it's basically like it's like, I don't know, it's like if you're at a restaurant and they show you like this big ass like multi-layer cake and it's like, oh, but first you have to eat like the regular like old meat. I'm just like, yo, why are you showing me this now? So that all I'm thinking about is, wow, that was an amazing like random like metal drop, and then you never go back to it. It's like
You see, you got like cock blocked with the
yeah,
metal
no,
part.
you see, it's like, yeah, basically, they blue balled me. God
They
damn you,
blue-balled you, yeah.
Dreamcatcher! How dare you? Like, granted, like again, like the EDM parts of the song are fine. They are fine. It's just that again, I would like that. I've just been waiting for them to just like do like a straight on like full metal thing, and like someone just like doing like some crazy like unclean like screaming vocals, and I just like commit. Just like you have to commit to it at this point because you've just been teasing us so much. You have to go. It's like 100% or 0% at this point. And I guess maybe it's like it fits in with it. Like it's like, oh, they're trapping you into thinking that it's a metal song, but surprise, it's an EDM song. But I did not like the surprise.
I love
So,
it.
so for me, I still love the song overall. But in the beginning when the metal part like came in with the really fast drums and the heavy guitar, I was like, what is going on? Are we getting this? Are we getting this? And no, we're not. Nope. Forget about that. I hope next album we get something that's that heavy.
Yes.
Like, that'd be fantastic. So on to the rest of the song though. I actually thought the beat was pretty good. It didn't seem too trappy because usually I'm not a huge fan of trap. The overuse of like hi-hats and stuff like that it just ends up being kind of annoying for me. But this was good. I liked the chorus. The chorus I thought was pretty impactful, and yeah, overall I thought it turned out pretty well.
Okay, yeah, so this was the only song on the album that threw me for a loop, or threw anyone for a loop. And I love songs that throw you for a loop, period, no matter what genre it is. If it throws me for a loop, I'm like, I'm alive, I'm listening, I'm intrigued. So yeah, so basically it starts like the Goblin OST Stay With Me guitar, because it goes, the OST goes, da da da, wait.
Oh yes.
And then this one has the same exact timbre, not the same rhythm, but both are syncopated. And this one also starts in E flat. I think the two songs might be in the same exact key. But so the Goblin one goes E flat, G, E flat, and then G, C, D, B, A, F. And this one goes E flat, G. So like same interval, but then it goes D and then A flat. So it's just very similar. So I was like, oh, are we going to do like a Goblin like ballad song? But then, you know, the hard rock happened, and I was like,
No, you get blast beats instead.
wow, well, we
Just
are
for like 5
going-
seconds though.
Exactly. And so I think the transitions between the two styles worked pretty well, even though they were pretty sudden.
I do have to say that. Yeah, they did a good job of it. It wasn't too jarring in that sort of sense.
Exactly. And then because of the difference between this more ballad-esque pop, you know, verse with the, you know, harder hitting EDM in the chorus, there was a lot of dynamic change in between the verses and chorus. So I really appreciated that. And then when I was listening really closely to this song, during Dami's rap, there's actually someone's harmonizing, even though she's speaking. Someone's harmonizing on top of her, like actually singing. And then I think Handong actually has like a little vocal thing, or someone has an ad lib. And then, so I really enjoyed that. And then also the fact that the second time the chorus comes back, they add on a tiny bit, like they add more of a melody, just to the like, one's a one and a trap, you know, that part. They add a lower melody. And then during the bridge, the vocals have like an actual echo. It isn't just reverb, like you hear the words being repeated in the background afterwards. And I really liked the nice break from two other yeah.
I can't read your own handwriting.
I can't.
That's why I don't handwrite my notes.
I liked, basically, because the bridge takes totally different instrumentals. It's a nice break from the two other like vibes.
Yeah, the bridge is more of like a marching beat almost in a way. Just like,
with the percussion,
Yeah.
So that was hella awesome. And then I don't like this song as much because the chorus relied too heavily on just like a few notes in the high range, and then I didn't feel very hit by the EDM. I just felt like it was like,
yeah, it is.
Okay.
It's like
Yeah.
it's pretty subdued. The
and
EDM
that's what
parts of
it felt
I think
subdued.
at this point, in just sort of in the musical landscape, it's just this type of like drop is sort of white noise. At this point, if you're just sort of listening to a lot of different genres of music, so it's not gonna, the impact is lost on us at this point. Whereas like before, maybe when it was more of an original sound, it was more drastic. But
Yes.
maybe that's what contributed to it. Is just because it's a
Probably.
fairly standard
so
EDM
much.
style drop. Yeah.
Yeah, but I love the verses. Oh.
The verses are great.
voices.
Still.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, moving on to the final song, which is July 7th, also known as We Promise. And this is a reggae ballad? Question mark? Like, what? Like, where did this come from?
They I'm pretty sure Dreamcatcher just has like a wheel, and they're just, or just like a
What
Yeah,
genre
they just
should
threw
we
a
do
dart
that?
at a spinning
It's like,
wheel to figure
what
out
genre should we
to do.
put? It's
With
just
our
like
ballad?
like EDM trap with a bit of like metal. The next thing we're gonna get like freaking, I don't know. We're gonna get reggaeton. Or actually, no, that's too close. No, we're gonna get polka.
Tropical
freaking
House
Dreamcatcher.
Polka. Yeah, Tropical House Polka.
And waltz.
Tropical House
do it.
polka. Yeah, it started right here
But
for
no,
people.
Yeah, this was like, I actually liked it a lot because like we talk about this all the time. Like every K-pop album has a ballad, especially girl group albums. They all have a ballad, and that gets old when we're listening to 1 to 4
Hundreds.
albums a week and reviewing them. So the fact that they changed it up and had like this reggae vibe to it, like really helped me like the song a lot more.
Exactly. I was just like, when I came to the last song, when I was doing my first listen, I was like, okay, it's gonna be a ballad.
Yeah.
And it's gonna
Yeah,
have
exactly.
rain because like it's celebrating Chuseok
Chuseok
Day, and that's when like it starts raining and stuff. And there's like, well, I Wikipedia'd this.
You
I was like, this is
Wikipedia.
gonna be so ballady and rainy. Nope.
I don't know. Maybe reggae and rain. They still
Yeah.
start with R, so I don't know. I don't know. I'm trying to make connections for that.
I mean, they did include like a rain sample in the song. I think.
yeah, just a bit. Nate, did you have anything else? Or
No, I'm good.
I mean, again, if you've listened to this podcast at any point, you know that we always we fangirl over anything that's like, oh my god, it's like Why So Lonely by Wonder Girls. And because basically, again, we're being robbed of Wonder Girls. We'll take any cool like reggae songs that come from girl groups. So at this point, I'll take anything. So I did enjoy it though, and again, it really plays to how much I appreciate the diversity and almost the chameleon like nature in the way that they're able to sort of seamlessly enter these different genres and still okay, that's Dreamcatcher, and also still make it fit, and that's very hard to do. I mean, for as much as I rail on about wishing more groups do it, there's a lot of times where they change it, I'm just like, oh, that wasn't good. But yeah, again, there's just something about the way that they're able to adapt both singing style and just sort of maybe the way that they're able to develop these instrumentals that's sort of it's something manageable for them despite being such a drastic change from what they're known for. So yeah, those are basically my thoughts.
It's a cover of the Red Velvet song "What Are These Nights," because that's the Korean version, or the Korean name of
the Korean name is July 7th.
Yeah, Chiwol
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
Very different.
I didn't realize the Korean name of that song on Red Velvet was.
Yeah.
Minus jazz chords.
No, it's not actually a cover.
It's not really. It's just a running gag.
That's our joke our running
everything's
joke
a cover.
that anytime
Anything
a
with the same
song's
title.
named the same as a different song, it's a cover, because that happens so much in K-pop.
Right.
Anyways, with this, like Nate was saying, we get so many ballads. We've kind of become, I guess, numb to them a little bit, to the point back when we first started and releases, we'd be like, oh, it's a ballad, nothing.
That was our only comment on the song.
It's a ballad. That's the first truly Daebak shirt.
A lot of them become kind of samey, but this one, the jazz, tinge to it definitely helped it a lot. I like the, running sort of, I don't know, what do you call that? Yeah, basically.
It's like a marimba.
Yeah. So
you guys need to tell us.
Add
We
a
don't
little
know the
freshness to it.
Well, it's the reggae beat.
Yeah, exactly.
That's all I
The
call it.
reggae beat TM.
Trademark. Yeah, exactly.
You done?
Yep.
Jacob? Okay. So, fun fact, this is the same exact key as their song Lullaby. So after I finished listening to the song, Lullaby just popped into my head and I was like, wait. And then I broke out my TE Tuner app, which has a tone generator, and I was like, oh my god, they're both in G major. And the reason why I was able to recognize that they're both the same key is because some of the melodies in this song have the same leap and a few notes under the same exact chord that Lullaby has, even though they're in completely different styles. And I was just like, oh my god, wow. It's so amazing that they're able to sound so different throughout different styles, and just even changing up, how they sing melodies and stuff. But other than that, yeah, I just marked down very reggae. And
reggae.
I love the sometimes flat 3. I think they only hit flat 3 because since this is in G major, basically it goes 1, 2, natural 3, 4, 5, 6 of 1. But they threw it in a little bluesy note with flat 3 when I think it was Handong was singing, or no. That's a separate note. Never mind. But yeah, it goes. It might have been Handong, but just in the bridge and in the very first verse, they hit on and I was like, ooh, spicy.
Yeah.
And then I love how this song highlights Handong's and Gahyun's singing, because we don't hear much of their vocals just by themselves clear for more than 2 beats.
Yeah, because we were talking about, there's the instrumentals are fairly heavy in most of their title tracks, whereas this is just, there's barely anything. Yeah, the instrumental is so bare, so it does definitely stand out more in terms of vocals.
And the fact that Handong's and Gahyun's vocals, I think, are some of the most distinct and beautiful timbres in K-pop in general. So I just want to hear more of them. Because it's such dark. Handong has a dark tone, and Gahyun is right in the middle. I imagine her voice to be bluish gray, and then Handong's is golden brown. That's how I imagine their voices. And I just, their voices are so beautiful. And
you're connecting with Jacob's synesthesia.
Oh, I do that all the
Well,
time.
I don't
have
have
no idea how to
synesthesia,
talk about
but-
music, so I'm just
So he compares it to visuals and stuff.
I see.
Yeah, because I'm a digital arts major, so like
Yeah.
I have like more visual stuff, I guess, at my disposal. So yeah.
I really want synesthesia. I think it's the coolest thing. But yeah, basically, this entire song, like I said, it's just, I feel like it's typical reggae. Like, it has the same bass sound that almost all reggae songs have, and the rhythms are ones that almost all reggae songs have, and the harmonies are very easy until at some of the ends of the phrases during the verses, they have like an actual chord. And it's so beautiful, because you have like a person singing, and then maybe someone comes on top with thirds, parallel thirds, and then you have this chord, like either a seventh chord, or they might have gone into a ninth chord, and it's just like a flare of beautifulful-ness once in a while. And then, like I already said, there's like that flat 3 during the bridge, just adding in just like a hint of sadness, which may be text painting, since during the bridge, at first you hit natural 3 and then it goes to flat 3 and you end on that. So it may be talking about the falling rain since the melody fell. Wow.
God, Jacob, you're getting outdone here, man. You gotta step this shit up.
But yeah, those are my thoughts.
You're good? Okay, so now we just got our ratings. We'll say
You're not going to talk about the instrumentals?
Well, we don't talk about the instrumental
The
because
Well, I
instrumental
have a
is
few
amazing.
things.
yeah, if you
I
have,
listened
I mean,
to it in the
it's,
car last night, and I was like,
yeah,
oh my god,
the
this still goes
instrumental's
hard.
great. But we usually don't talk about it
We just
because
talk
it's
about
just the
the
instrumental version. We talk
just
about the
talk about
instrumentals in the
Right. Well, like,
Alright,
listening to the instrumental version helps me pick out more things, since like everything is more obvious. Like, you can hear the string movement so much better during the chorus.
Yeah.
And during the pre-chorus, when they add in that single violin solo, I really wish it went up one more note, or not one more note, leap. I think it would go up like a third. I wanted it to go from C sharp to D sharp to F sharp, but it didn't. Instead, they decided to have like a break of silence. They like cut off all instrumentals before they could have like a hard, hitting chorus. But they just leave it kind of unresolved, and it would have been so beautiful
that's
if we
like the
just had
story
one
of
more
K-pop
soaring.
songs, though.
That's
But this one would have been. I mean,
that's the first freaking like that's the first React to the K t-shirt. It did resolve.
I mean, it still wouldn't resolve, because I believe this song is in G sharp minor, and I wanted it to go to the 7th. Because it ended on the 1, 2, 3, 4, and on the 5th, 4. Wait, what's 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Ended on. What is that? What
Wait,
is
it's
it?
G sharp minor.
G sharp minor, and it ended on the D sharp.
Oh, it's the 5th.
5th. It ended on the 5th, and I wanted it to go to the 7th. Okay, thank you. My brain is slowly dying.
It's okay, we're almost done.
But yeah.
Anything else on the instrumentals?
During the what part, you can hear the instrumentals are actually harmonizing the vocals.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
like you're going what in the vocals, but it's in the instrumentals, and yeah, okay, that's it.
Yeah, I did like that part, and for sure, like the fact that it basically sounds like they're singing the
the
part, even
instrumentals
though it's just the instrumentals.
Yeah, another thing about the instrumental is it's definitely super effective, because like on the way back from Hyoko last night, me and Andrew were listening to the album like on loop, just like 3 times, like 5 times probably actually, but we'd listen to the instrumental and like we could just sing along to it over the instrumental, so that means that just goes to show how it's just like it's effective at just on its own, I guess.
Yeah, it's a super catchy instrumental, just period. Sans vocals even.
Okay, let's do our ratings. So for me, give it a 6 out of 6 for music. I loved every song on the album. I still don't think Dreamcatcher's put out a bad song. But I only gave it a 2 out of 3 for styling. I didn't give them a 10 out of 10 the first time. But no, yeah, I gave it a 2 out of 3 for styling, because I was a little disappointed about the whole budget for the MV, and just how, I don't know, it didn't match, it didn't reach the heights that the Nightmare MVs have. But I still like the choreo a lot, and like you said, the styling and stuff's great too. I still love their use of a uniform album cover and styling. Like, they all look so good on a shelf together, and they're keeping with that. And If they ever change that, I'm gonna be so upset.
0 out of 10.
Yeah, 0 out of 3 for styling. You change the cover styles. And 1 out of 1 for bias, obviously, because Dreamcatcher. So a 9 out of 10 for me.
Yeah, I actually gave it the same score. Despite my sort of reservations with the trap, I still enjoyed the song. It's just I'm just so heartbroken. It was a trap.
Metal song.
It's a trap. It's like basically that's like the only complaint, I guess. And again, that's variety is the spice of life, and it's literally like what I look for. Again, I don't know why I look for variety so much in K-pop when literally everyone that's a K-pop fan is like, keep doing this same thing for the next 15 years of my life, basically. So yeah, I got into the wrong business, basically. But again, that's why I do appreciate the variety that Dreamcatcher brings to the table, and the fact that they're still one of the most unique groups in all of music, period. Like nobody's ever combining like pop music and metal and like rock in this sort of manner.
And girl groups.
And girl groups, yeah.
Girl groups.
Yeah, that's a huge factor in it. So that's why I gave them a perfect score for music. Concept, again, 2 out of 3. Again, it's just it just didn't blow me away in a visual scale or choreographically as I've seen before, but it still did a good job of conveying the message and the sort of emotions that they were trying to bring through the song. And obviously, I'm gonna give them a bias point. So yep, 9 out of 10.
I gave the same score as well. So for like 6 out of 6 for music, but it's just because the way
gonna give it like a 5 out of 10.
the way I basically based the music score off of is how many of the songs I really liked and would listen to, like on my MP3 player, aka my phone at this point. Yeah, so
not 20 million years old.
Yeah.
And still use an iPod.
Yeah. I mean, I did use an iPod till like 2 years ago, but anyways.
I used a Zune.
Yeah,
No.
Zune fam.
No.
Zune fam.
No. Anyways. Yeah, I can listen to any of these tracks on any given point, and I would never skip it. So 6 out of 6 there. I also gave 2 out of 3 for concept, just because they didn't really go into the whole like story aspect of the music video and stuff like they did in the past. So, well, they did, but not really as much, I guess. It was more like just standard music video. That being said, I did really like the visuals that they did, even though it was sort of a lower budget. Like the part where Yoo-hyun is like pinned against the bed, like on the ceiling or whatever. It's like, that was pretty cool. And then
well, it's like she lays down. They flip the camera up. Oh my Kevin. It's okay. Kevin was on the podcast before.
Keep talking.
And then also the blue like water sort of box set that we talked about before. I really like the way that looks. Honestly, bring the box sets back. Like,
You want more
used to
SM boxes?
Yeah, everybody used to complain about it, but honestly, I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
I think they're
don't
cool.
mind
You can be really creative with them anyway. So yeah. Also, I love that they, like Uma was talking about, like they embrace more of like individuality with their like fashion and clothing and stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah, certainly 2 out of 3. And then obvious bias point, because I feel that's more of a 9 than an 8 in my book. So.
Okay. Yeah, I did 4 out of 6 for music. I didn't go as hard as I did for Vix, because I felt like Vix fell even harder with the easy listening, simple, generic songs. But I don't know. There's just something about these songs that I think I will always enjoy. I don't know that I'm going to get tired of them or not. I don't know if I'm gonna skip them or not. And then I did a 3 out of 3 for the choreography, styling, the music video, and album art, because I feel like they did a really good job with the money that they did have. I loved every single shot, other than the fact that you can't see Han-dong. I love their outfits and their hair, and how the choreography, they constantly keep switching up the person in the middle, so everyone has an equal time to shine, except Shion gets like the #1 time to shine.
Well, I mean,
Main
for
vocalist.
obvious reasons, yeah.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the moment that Han-dong gets us a lot. She's creeping up my bias list like intensely.
I mean, Archie
Gahyun Gahyun keeps wrecking me recently.
I mean, aren't you basically like best friends with Dreamcatcher at this point? Since you're like, hey, they're
Since you
looking
got
at
to
your
meet
camera,
them.
so that means we're friends, right?
yeah.
I mean, they're best friends with my camera. I don't know about me.
I mean, that's how it works, right? If you make eye contact with a K-pop star, you're automatically BFFs.
Oh yeah, definitely. That's definitely how
That means
it
I'm
works.
BFFs with Tiffany.
Okay, so then everyone, that means you have to make eye contact with Umu, and then she'll be your best friend. If you ever see Umu in public.
And then yeah, I gave a 1 for bias, so it's 8 out of 10 for me.
Okay, so
Okay.
you didn't screw it up
Thanks.
entirely.
Yeah, luckily with the 3 out of 3.
Daebak.
Yeah,
album.
it is a truly Daebak album. It rounds up to a 9. Although I think even if you give it a 2 out of 3, it still would have rounded up to a 9.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Right.
But yeah, so it gets a shiny seal of approval. And yeah, that's our review of Dreamcatcher. Jacob, you wanna outro the show?
So yeah, this is weird because
This is the first topic.
We're recording
this is
it
actually
first,
the first topic,
but
but
it's
we're
the
giving
end
it
of
to
the
you
show.
last. Anyways, thanks for listening this week. Join our Discord. It's mucho lit. Just ignore that part. Anyways,
Ignore a lot of things we're gonna
yeah,
say. Well,
they're all random inside jokes. Anyways, thanks for listening. Listen next week. My Red Velvet album and light sticker unboxing will be up
Unboxing.
soon. TM. Yeah, listen next week.
Do we have Nate? Do you have any unboxings or anything else, or?
I don't have any planned. Not right now.
Yeah,
I guess I could do Uju Sonyo.
maybe. Yeah.
I have all 3 of them coming, so.
I've got nothing. I don't have any more concerts after Hyoko because I have to save money for Korea. So
Same.
I've got a blank slate. Umu, what is on the React to the K channel over the next 2 weeks or so, or whatever you want to plug?
Special guest. I interviewed and talked to a K-pop songwriter named Andreas Oberg. He's composed songs for
yes.
EXO, Red Velvet, VIX, TV. No, he didn't do TVs. He did Super Junior, Shiny.
Yep, Shiny.
Oh My Girl, Twice. He's done a lot of shit, but
Yep,
that's coming
he's
up
cool.
soon. And then also pianist reacting to that piano cringe challenge that I posted. That's coming. And then the intro video for all the new people and all the people in general on my channel will be coming. And Isaac's gonna be doing an unboxing live stream, and he's gonna
really?
fanboy about his G-Friend obsession. And I'll probably do like an unboxing or a live stream or something because I got both Dreamcatcher albums. This is the first time I've actually delved into getting
you're gonna
both
be-
versions.
You're gonna be that person for
Well, hey,
Dreamcatcher.
yeah, welcome to me. I do that with Dreamcatcher and every IOI sub
I do that-
branch. So
See,
it's a lot.
I do that with AKB48 and other groups. I do that with J-pop.
Nice.
Because I'm crazy, so I think that's everything, right?
Yep.
Wait, did they want to say hi? Did Isaac
say
and...
it.
Hey,
Does Kevin
Kevin,
wanna say hi?
Isaac, come over here.
Kevin can
Come
say
over
hi.
here. You've been making all this noise now. Now you can make noise on camera.
Rick and Morty anime opening.
We're not gonna...
Knocking. It sounds like they're
Playing
just
basketball.
murdering everything.
Yeah, they're murdering everyone.
Hey
Say
man,
bye.
I missed that ox tongue.
Can you guys? Yeah, the ox tongue was the best.
Yes.
I can't
that's
hear
what
that.
I was
Hashtag more
asking.
ox
Oh
tongue.
yeah, we need that.
Yeah. We were
Hashtag
saying
more ox tongue.
we agree with the
Oh my
ox
gosh, I
tongue.
can hear you guys.
But we're outshowing our episodes. Do you guys
Wait.
want to say bye?
Do you guys want to do searching together?
Yeah.
Yes.
We'll probably
If
see it
I'd
tonight.
watch it
TM.
eventually.
Okay,
Yes.
sounds good.
We're gonna say bye for you?
Yeah. This
No,
is
we'll
the end
all
of the
say,
episode.
no, we're all. Wait, do you want them to
So-
say "Stay creamy"?
Yes.
Yes, you guys have to
Kevin,
say "Stay creamy."
Stay creamy.
Stay creamy. Stay creamy dish.
There you go. That's it.
Stay-
That's the show.
Stay creamy, guys. Bye.
Bye.